Good evening, good evening, good evening. What it do, family? This is your host, Jabril A. Rashad, and we are live this evening on the Blac-Vocracy podcast. I know it's been a second. I've been doing the replay sports show, but we're live now on the Blac-Vocracy podcast simply because we got some social issues that we want to talk about this evening with everything else that's happening, in the world today. We got to deal with the social content. So before we do any of that, y'all please hit that like, subscribe, and share button for me so I can continue to grow this channel and keep bringing this content that we can all grow from. So yes, I want to talk about something that's been trending, something that's been going on, something that's been said in the world of sports and social media dealing with the Travis Hunter and Leanna situation. And normally I wouldn't be really on this kind of topic because I do understand and realize that these are young people that's in love. And I was playing the song earlier. I might get a little snippet in if I can without trying to get a strike, hopefully. But this young and in love. But we got to talk about it because there was a lot of things that was being said, a lot of things that was going on. And of course, I got a special guest I'm still bringing back to the stage because he's in the building with me. I got none other than my guy, Mr. True Blue. What it do, Blue? I see you back, baby.
Yeah, you who you rooting for?
And hopefully we got a couple more people that's gonna be joining us a little bit later. One person was having a little bit difficulty getting in, but we're gonna make it do what it do in the meantime. So yes, we're talking about the Travis Hunter and the Leanna situation. Having gone through, I guess the past 2 to 3 weeks been kind of very turbulent for the both of them. And of course, I'm gonna play a few clips and a couple of videos as something I think that's going to establish a later predicate for the foundation of what we want to talk about this evening. But I also want to play the clip that she finally came out and spoke about all the things that was going on. So Blue, this is what we're discussing, man. We had a brief off-air conversation about it. A lot of people have been talking about it, man. These are two young people in love, and I really want to play this song, man, about the 3 degrees. When you're young and in love, man. When you're young and in love. The old folks used to tell us, man, you're young, dumb, and full of, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to try to find a solution to the problem because we all been there. We all been there, man. So you've heard it. You talked about it a little bit, both you and I off the air. So what's your take on this Travis Hunter thing, man?
Okay, dig this, man. To anybody out there that's listening, no disrespect to the conversation, no disrespect to what's being said. Nowadays, people carrying their feelings around on their shoulder and their sleeve. So I don't want nobody to think that we being disrespectful or we being rude. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So keep this in mind. However it sound, how it come out, this is not directed to nobody. We just voicing our opinion. This the real deal, Jabril.
That's right.
Let me say this to you, man. First of all, I want to congratulate the young guy for, his accomplishments. One thing I really like about this kid is he's real humble. Yes. And when they be talking about standing on business, I respect this kid, man. Because regardless what people are saying about him and his old lady, he still insists that he gonna stand by her side and he gonna stay with her. Let me say this though, man. He just a kid. We all done made mistakes, but his is in the media. It's on social media. It's on everywhere. Everybody's talking about this. Say, man, I'm surprised this kid ain't done tripped out, man. That's a lot to take. Listen, man, if this kid want to be in love, if he whatever he want to do, this is his life, man. Who is us to judge this kid and tell him what to do? Okay, everybody look at who they with, whether it's your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your spouse. Ain't nobody came up to you. Just think if your business was all in the media. He just a kid, man. You know, his mom done raised him real well because all the things that's being said. Let me give you an example, man. I heard this kid say, man, my wife, my old lady was doing this and doing this. And she went to bed last night crying and all. He said, man, that hurt me, man. All this negative information that's coming out about it. Listen, man, this just, she not even a lady yet. I mean, again, no disrespect. This is a young lady trying to find her way through the world, and she happened to stumble on Travis Hunter. Let me tell you this, man. Somebody need to take this young lady up under their wing and groom her and let her know what to expect. See, she didn't know all this came in the contract. That's that
Right,
fine print, man.
right,
Just be careful for what you ask for. You wanted Travis Hunter? Well, you know what come with Travis Hunter? What you dealing with today? So, man, my thing is this, man. I just hope this kid and his old lady stay together, and I hope they pull through, which they will, because Travis is a strong mind individual. Listen, man, he not letting nobody, if he listened to what we said, he been done dumped her.
right, right,
You understand what I'm
right.
saying? So
Yeah,
that's my
absolutely.
take on that, man.
Yeah, well, you know what, Blue, and a good take that it is because it's obvious to I know what the optics are saying when you're looking at it on the surface.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna set the tables for those of us who probably been sleeping under a rock somewhere and don't really know what's going on. Let me give a little bit of background. This pretty much began to take shape uh, at the closing of Colorado's last home game at Folsom Field in Colorado against Oklahoma State University, and they had. I'm not gonna play that particular clip of video because I'm quite sure they've had it all on social media, and
Yeah.
you've probably seen it when he came and approached her and she wouldn't, give a kiss, and she seemed to be upset about something. And then the rumors started flying, and you got the clickbait, and it supposed to be all about the other cheerleaders, and he was saying hello and was in their face too long or whatever. But now, fast forward, moving forward, I said, okay, and I'll give you a little bit of my history in regards to him. Now, they're a young couple, right? And we understand that there's a progression in all of this. And for me, when I first saw her, race never came into mind with me with her. She was with him at Jackson State University. Now, what I didn't know that she was several years older than Travis. Travis actually got in her DM when she was in college and he was still in high school. Okay, now fast forward, she's been riding with him for these past 5 years. Okay, so when we look at the overall concept of this thing, I just want to start back at Folsom Field because I had to go do a little bit of my homework. I saw some of the previous videos they were put out when they was all dressed up in their onesies and was doing a social media thing. They had a conversation. Everybody made a lot about how she said when she first met him that he wasn't her type and so forth and so on, right? Now she's going to have a response for that too. But this is what kind of caught my eye as I begin to look at the situation and closely examine and try to vet it, because at the end of the day, I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's really none of our business, and he's going to fall for who he's going to fall for. But I think on a bigger level, I think some people who have really good intent, because there are some people that got some good intent, and we know there are some people out there that have wrong intent. But for those who have the good intentions, I know personally for me, I don't have to live their life, and you don't have to live their life. I was just only looking at it from this only one particular perspective of simply this. Here's another young African-American male who made it out. You know what I mean? His mom had to move him from Florida in a troubled neighborhood to Georgia. So God blessed him. He get on the national stage, take care of his business, because he's a good all-around young man. So you're rooting for him. And so here's an opportunity for a young man to change the dynamics of his family overall financial history and create generational wealth. And you want to see him prosper in that and advance in that, because it's so hard for a lot of us, to make it out. And far too many times we've seen the picture of the young brother going to juvenile or going to jail, but we don't see him all the time making it to that next level and doing something that can be transcending, right? So that's why I was really like, if you have to do a prenuptial or whatever the case may be, then do that. But you have someone right there who can tell him, explain this to him any clearer than Deion Primetime Sanders, having gone through two high-profile divorces. He had his son Bucky Deion Jr. I think when he was just getting drafted in 1989. So who can explain to this better than Deion Sanders? So I'm hoping that he's listening, because I understand these young emotions, these young connection, this young passion can be blinded sometimes. But this is one of the video I want to play briefly that's been going around on social media. I'm quite sure a lot of us has seen it, but it's the one that caught my attention, and I'll just go through it like this here.
Wedding. So I'm going to answer those first. I'm going to try to keep it in categories. So my first question that I got was, am I changing my last name? The answer is no. I'm hyphening my name. I'm keeping my last name and then adding his on. That's just how I wanted to do it.
Okay, that's one of the first videos right there. She was talking about not changing her last name. Now, Blue, I'll come to you in just a second, but let me just give my brief perspective about it. Normally, when a woman doesn't change her last name and she put the hyphen in it, that means she has something going on. Usually, that's the way it works out. That means she has a lot going on. But in this case, this is the Travis Hunter show, and you have to understand what your role is. It's not belittling you at all. It's just understanding that both of y'all have a role to play to be each other's strongest supporter. So that was one of the flags that kind of raised the flag with me, because I'm saying, well, is she in this really for him, or is it, she wants the camera to be on her and be Senosha and be the person who walks in the room and all eyes on me? That was one of the red flags. But go ahead, you say what to that though, Blue?
Let me tell you this, man. When she came out and said that he wasn't my type at first, again, Jabril, somebody need to take this woman up under their wings and groom her. They need to role play. Say, man, some things you can say, some things you cannot say. Soon as she said he wasn't my type at first, then when you found out who he was and what was going on, now you in love. Nobody has taken the time out with this young lady, man, and told her what to expect. See, ain't no class for it when you date Travis Hunter. Ain't no memo to read when you date Travis Hunter. Say, man, these young people got they got feelings, man. And what I hate is they got to go through this because of the stage they own and how social media is and how Travis Hunter is. But man, one thing I like about this kid, he gonna stick with her. I really believe he gonna stick with her. But my thing is, why is everybody so upset? Ain't nobody critiquing y'all relationships. Just think if everybody's relationships was out there like his is. So
Yeah,
man,
but
get this dude a chance, man.
yeah,
He
but
human
Blue,
too. He got feelings too.
yeah, you're correct and not wrong in what you're saying, but here's gonna be the problem. See, because he's now a public figure, right? And they've been on social media, they're putting their what really should be private business, they're putting it into the public forum. Once you do that, you open yourself up and make yourself a target to be judged. But let me get a quick shout out for those who are logging on. This is the Blac-Vocracy podcast. We're going live. I got my special guest, Mr. True Blue, on with me this evening. I got my friend Emily Sutton. She was trying to work her way on. She's a football mom, and she's in the chat also. So Emily, I expect to hear from you. If you can still get into the studio, still please try to do that. We want to definitely get the perspective of a woman on here and get your insights as well. And shout out to my boy Blow. I see you in the house. Yes, thank you for my birthday belated shout out, man. My birthday was yesterday, and I was still doing this thing, man, working. So I'm back tonight though. But yeah, Blue. Now that he's he's a public figure now. He's a celebrity now. He's getting that notoriety, and it's gonna continue to grow and grow and grow. And what I'm hoping, man, I'm really hoping that she maturate up or mature up to is having a better understanding that he chose you. He DM'd you. You have his heart. Your heart is inclined to him, and his heart is inclined to you. If you allow social media, I'm telling you, because the devil is always in the details. If you allow that to penetrate the relationship, and you're not impervious enough, and you don't have the withal or to be able to stand, man, when storms are coming, she's gonna fail, because you're not gonna be able to control every situation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know why? He signed $100 million contract with Adidas or whatever the amount is. He got to do promos. He got to go on the road. He got to do shows. He got to do this. He got to do that. Now, unless he's going to try to become Doug Christie, because I don't know if you remember back in the day, there was an NBA player by the name of Doug Christie, played with the Sacramento Kings. He had a wife named Jackie Christie. And they had she'd be on Basketball Wives or whatever, but they had a relationship that this dude wouldn't even look in the stand. He was looking down at the floor.
Say, man, she followed the team bus around. She followed the team bus around.
Oh man, she was, man. Look here. Hey man, hey Blue. She was better than the escort themselves. You know what I mean? The police officers themselves.
Well, man, let me tell you something. She trying to protect what's hers.
Yeah,
a bunch of them might have should have done it. They still be together, even though it was embarrassing all the time. But let me tell you this though, man, about Travis Hunter. Say, man, this is what young love is in 2024. Say, man, this couple is in love, and I heard you say he DM, he DM. It don't make no difference who DM who. They together. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
and I just hope, man. Let me tell you something. Dion gonna step in. Somebody gonna step in and take this lady and groom her. They're gonna have to send her through some courses, man. They're gonna have to take their time out and tell her what you can say and what you can't. So I'll give you an example. Do you remember Dion had to make a get up when he won?
Well, I'm glad you let me play that clip real. Hold your thought, because I'm glad you bringing that up right there, because that was one of the clips that I was certainly gonna play that they've been talking about. Let me tell you this.
Let me tell you this, though, Jabril. The reason this, man, you got to understand, this is a baby. Say, man, so much is going on. She done got caught up until she supposed to stand up. She didn't do it on purpose. She don't know, man. Again, somebody gonna have to take this lady up under, man, and groom her and prepare her for what's like, cause she ain't seen nothing yet.
No.
She ain't seen nothing yet.
No, she have not, man. And when you start talking and think about the ones who don't care, they don't care. Look, they don't care about no engagement. They don't care about y'all being married. It's gonna be some that's gonna be so bold, they're gonna walk right past her and get up in his face. She's gonna have to have a certain level of trust, because I'm telling you, if not, it's gonna always be some storms inside of the household. It just is. But let me play that clip right quick, man, and because that very clip right there is what really got the social media, on fire too.
It tripped me out, man. She wasn't ready, man.
Hold on a sec. This is the one you referring to. Now, Blue, looking at that particular clip right there, when I first saw it, I said, okay, we had, because people start talking about, well, he didn't hug his mom first, but I'm looking at chronologically the way they were seated. Now, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Don't do that.
Because, hold on for a second. I heard what you're saying. But what caught my optics, man, was the simple fact that she gave him a quick hug and then she sat down instead of, see when everybody else gets seated. But you saying what though, Blue?
She young, man, but let me tell you this though. I'm old school, man. I'm throwback, 4 flat tires. Check this out. When he came, no disrespect, man. I don't want nobody to think I'm being rude and disrespectful. I'm not gonna bypass my girlfriend, but I'm going who carried me for 9 months. Right. I'm going to who paved and made a way for me for all these years. That's where I'm going first. Matter of fact, I tell you what, then, well, let's do a group hug all together then. So don't nobody get left out. Because if he'd have hugged her first, if he'd have hugged her mama first, she'd have had a problem. The mama ain't got no problem because the mama know where she's staying. But let me tell you this too though. That little piece of hug you gave him, and then he go hug his mama. Come on, man. Still stand up and let's get a group hug in now. Is that asking for too much? Come on. She's up. Man, let me tell you something, man. Yeah. You know what pressure do? Pressure make you forget to stand up when your old man went in the hospital.
Hey, man.
I was pressure to her, man.
I was kind of taken just a little back that she didn't stand that long. It was kind of like Dion asked her to get up and she wanted to do her, I guess, her little duty. And then she sat back down so quick. But let me come into the chat right quick, man, because I got my man Blow. He's shouting out, man. He said, that's life. The girl you want don't want you. And the girl you want, you don't want her.
Well, let me tell you, I agree with him too. Listen, man, let me tell you something. Somewhere down the, see, I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's gonna be so much put in his face, they're gonna make you take it. Say, man, a woman will walk up to you and give you a phone number, or they gonna try by any means necessary because they think his girlfriend is weak. She might be weak when it come to him, but try to say, man, I just standing on business with him. I firmly believe they're gonna withstand all this, man. Cause now she know what they expect. See, ain't nobody been telling her. Well, if they was telling her, it didn't sink in. Now she know. Did you see when she went when he was doing signing the autographs and taking pictures with everybody? She's sitting on the couch with what I'm supposed to do.
Right on. Well, Blue, hold on for just a second. Somebody want to give you a big shout out, man. I'm gonna bring this cat up on the stage. But just on the chat, he's in the chat, man. He see you live, man. This is our partner, man. Our little running back from Wilmer Hudson, man. Quentin Williams, man. Quentin Williams, man. That's cute, man. He say, Blue, what's up, babe? What's up, baby?
How you feel, baby?
Yeah,
True Blue,
I got True Blue. Shout out to my boy Q, man. But Blue, let me do this right quick with Emily because Emily is a football mom, and she has a son that's playing, not the past tense. I believe it's still present tense. Emily, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but playing in the CFL, and she has a son that's playing over SMU. But Emily, and I wanted her really on the platform. She said, I wish I could jump in here. And I show, well, you're going to jump in now because I got a question I want to put out there for the football moms or the ladies. Yeah. Just in referencing, because I haven't heard, I think something may have came out today regarding Travis Hunter's mom saying something, but I don't even know what that something is. And then sometimes you got to really fact check who's saying it. So I don't know. I haven't heard her make a speech about it. But from a mother's perspective, you got a son that's playing collegiately and playing professionally in the CFL. I want to know, based upon what you've been able to see, what is it that your optics is saying regarding the relationship on this young lady? And again, one of the things, let me put this out here real quick too. We just can't say it's African-American women, black women. You know, this is universal. Jealousy is jealousy. You know, that's a human condition and it's universal. So at the end of the day, we just can't say, well, you know, this is what black women do. No, all women do it. All women do it. Why do you think Tom Brady got a divorce after all the years he spent with his wife?
Let me say this to you. Do you see how she has responded? Travis Hunter, old lady. Listen, man, what I'm finna say, y'all, no disrespect. This conversation is the real deal, Jabria. Do you think an African-American woman would have responded the same way? I don't think so.
Let me hear y'all chat that out in the comment. If I got any ladies on the show tonight, y'all chat that out. How would y'all would have proceeded in this? Now I've heard some women say they would have took the higher road. They would have just waited to get behind closed doors. Yeah. I've heard about that. But you know, as you stated earlier, sometimes pressure will bust a pipe, and it has to do with every individual's insecurity level. You know what I mean?
That's the key word right there, man. She's insecure.
But I will say this though, Blue. I will agree with this. Ain't too many sisters gonna mess up the bag now. And they ain't gonna mess up the bag.
Okay, let me tell you this though. We good with the bag. We talking about respect, man. We talking about a commitment. The biggest thing we talking about right here is young love, man. If you ask people to ask the audience what is love, and watch how many different responses you get, man. Love is real, man. I mean, they use it like it ain't what it is, but say, man, when you fall in love. This what I used to say. You dig this though? You in love, yeah. How you know you was in love with me? What happened or what occurred for you to? Oh, I'm in love with him. You know what I'm saying? And one thing though, don't love me because I got a bunch of money. Because if the money gone, the honey gone. You dig what I'm saying? Love me for the person that I am, the person that God had created. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
Everybody,
right,
man, allow me to be me and do the things that I want to do. To say,
right.
man, in a relationship, you got to work together. When I heard Travis say, man, my wife went to bed crying last night. He said, man, that hurt me, man. Everybody putting all this hate mail out there on it. All. Listen, man. Now you got to sit. You got to sit. You should have been to set it down and tell her, listen, ma'am. You have no idea what we finna go through. You
Right,
sure this is
right,
what you want to do? See, after a while, she don't want the bag. She don't want the money. Listen, man. She just want Travis, man. But
right.
this what comes with Travis, cause he's a what? A superstar? Can we say that? He the
Yeah,
Heisman
I
Trophy
mean,
winner?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
He the talk
absolutely.
of the town. He the future, man. I just
Right.
mean it hurt me so bad, man. I don't too much get off until his old lady. It just hurt me that Travis got to defend his old lady, man, and try to fight for her. Listen, man, she got to get up and put her pants on too now.
Right,
Put her
right,
boots
right,
on, put her hard hat on, put her tube belt on, tighten that belt up, man, and let's go. Don't let nobody push y'all around. Don't let nobody intimidate y'all. Say, man, you got to keep your faith and your trust in the Lord.
hey, Blue. Let me take in this call right quick because I got Emily on the call. She's supposed to be on the stage with us, and y'all can be able to hear. I think she'll be live enough because she want to talk about this live. Emily, can you hear me? You on live? Okay, let me make sure everybody else can hear you because you want to say this. You want to speak to this on live. Go ahead. This is the football mom right here.
So basically, I was just, listening to what was said, and it's a couple of things. Actually, it's a lot of things that um, we have to factor in and take into consideration. Understand everybody, pretty much, all of Gen Z has spoken in terms of respect and what she should have done and shouldn't have done. These Generation Z people, they're different. They don't see things the same way that we see them. There are things that it's just basic common sense respect to us. It's not existent with them. They don't look at it that way. What I saw from her is on the Heisman ceremony. What I saw from her was somebody who really didn't know what to do. And you could see it in her face. She was uncomfortable the whole time. The camera was on you the whole time. And yes, we can say she should have known. She's been with Travis since he was at Jackson State. Travis did not just start getting notoriety. He's always had it. He's been doing all of that stuff at Jackson State with Colorado. All this stuff was going on before he even got to Colorado. It just so happens that now it's a little more magical, and now it's on a different level because there's more involved. But I'm not gonna knock her for these small little moments in time that we're catching as a bystander. And camera angles can be tricky, and a lot of times you don't catch people at the best angle, and a lot of times what's being said, it could be you could not be getting the full picture. So she came out earlier today, and she had some videos or whatever. Maybe it was earlier today, maybe it was yesterday. I don't know when she did it, but she basically was giving us the gist of what her conversation was with Travis at that pop-up for Adidas. And I'm gonna tell you, she don't owe none of us that. But because everybody, their mama, their grandmama, every football are coming for her, she felt the need to speak out and defend herself. I don't know the girl. I'm just objective in that way. And okay.
Well, hold on, Emily. Well, Emily, Emily, let me just put you on pause for just a second, because that very video that you're talking about, I'm going to play that video in just a second. For those of us who haven't seen the video, I want to be fair. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the show. I want to be fair because she did come out and respond to all of the things that was being said on social media. But if you can look at your screen for me, I'm going to play a video, and I just want to get your, and I'm going to come back to you in just a second, because in this particular clip, this was another clip they put up, and she explained it. No, this is just clickbait because you don't see the full story. We don't get the full disclosure. But this was another video that I thought was a little weird. But I said, I'm not going to judge it. I'm just looking at it on the surface from what I'm able to see. But this is another video right here. And you just tell me, I'm going to come to Blue on this one first, and I'm going to come back to you. And give me just a second. Let me bring this up. Okay, now that was the video clip where he was at the autograph sign. I think it was prior to the actual Heisman Award ceremony, but he was signing some autographs and so forth. Of course, she came out and she explained that. But Blue, what comes to mind when you first see something like that? Say that he's in an autograph setting, and it's kind of long, because sometimes them things can go for 3 to 4 or 5 hours.
Let me say this to you. First, let me give a shout out to Miss Emily. Miss Emily, I respect your conversation.
Emily.
Yeah, but one thing I like you said though, it ain't nobody's business, and she's uncomfortable. Say, man, when you're uncomfortable and you're not relaxed, this is what happened. But let me tell you about that, what you just saw a while ago. Again, man, somebody gonna have to grab this young lady, take up under their wing, and groom her. They got to let her know, man, when you out here in the public out like that, just be a lady. But and I'm not saying she wasn't a lady, but you got to be a lady at all costs. Listen, he networking. He finna make it, he done made it to where you'll never have to work again for generations. And then when you said it out loud, and then you said it with an attitude. See, she don't know sometimes. She don't know to, baby, come here for a second. And then put that in his, he don't know what he supposed to do. Say, man, he got one thing on his mind. Accommodating all this NIL. Accommodating the bag, man. So my thing, man, really, man, let me tell you something. I still think we're going to send Emily, get in touch with her, Emily. When you get a chance, reach out to her and try to give her some advice. Because if she getting advice, she's not getting it from the right people. She said, what I'm supposed to do is just sit here. Where did that come from? But guess what, though? She's speaking her truth, though.
Well, let me ask Emily, Blue.
Okay, but let me tell you, though. Again, though, Emily, and we real with this thing. If it was an African-American woman, do you think she'd have sit there and said, what I'm
let's ask one. I mean, Emily is an African-American woman. Now, Emily, in a situation like that, did you get a chance to see the video? Okay, so Blue, first of all, he want to applaud you in what you said, but he's asking the question, posing the question to an African-American woman. You being a football mom and also being an African-American woman, you can address that. In a situation like that, he's at an autograph signing, and it seems like she's been a little bit impatient or whatever the case may be. How do you respond? How do you think the great majority of African-American women would respond in a situation like that?
In those type of settings and in those type of spaces, and you really don't understand the full dynamic of how long the day is. It's a very long day. And so if you got one part of the family is, am I in the studio? It looks like it's trying to let me in the studio.
Well, come on, get in the studio. We can so bring you up on stage so people can see your lovely face. Well, I tell you what, while you do that, let me go to the there it is. I'm in the studio. Okay, let me go to the chat right quick because I like something my boy Curtis Blow said. Blow said, he said, well, we all been in love 1, 2, 3 times. Can somebody tell me how we stay together? Falling in love ain't SHIT. Been there, done it. He done wrote a book about it. Okay.
Hold up, man. Tell them hold up for a minute, man.
Okay.
Tell them do that.
Okay, so let me go. Well, hold on now, Blue. Hold
tell
on.
me how to stay together. What?
Hey, well, I could play the song by Brother Al Green. He say, let's stay together. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say, man, this is what it is. But I tell
Yeah,
you,
no.
tell Curtis I want to respond to that combo, man, how you stay together, man.
Well, let me go ahead and bring this African queen up to the stage. We got Miss Emily Sutton in the house. Emily, good evening to you. Emily, she finally got in here. Yeah, she finally got in here and made her way to the stage.
I made it. Yeah.
All right. I knew you were going to see. She's persistent, Blue. She's persistent. Yeah, Emily. So finish what you were saying in reference to the question that Blue had regarding African American women being put in that position. Unmute your mic if your mic is okay.
Okay.
You got it. You good? We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you fine.
Okay. All right. So how can I? Okay. It's a long day. It's a lot.
Do your thing,
right?
man.
You tired. Your phone, his phone don't stop ringing. Then you got not only his mom there, his brother, his siblings. Then he's thinking about his dad that can't even be there. It's a lot that's going on. She is just a bystander too. It's kind of like going with somebody to Six Flags and the person that's with you rides some of the rides, but not all the rides. But they got to hang with you all day because they went with you. So they got to, so a lot of times you can catch people, you don't know when they're hungry, thirsty, and you can't really make a lot of moves. And so maybe what needs to be coached to her is to be mindful of her facial expressions, because she could be somebody who's like me. I could be thinking one thing and it's showing on my face, and that's not really what I want to say, but it'll show on my face. So I can't really knock her for any of that. And then back to what I was saying about the Heisman ceremony. And if it was a sister, it would be the same. I would feel the same way. But one of the things that we got to keep in mind is that's Travis's girl, right?
Yeah.
Now, me as a mom, I would have probably told the girl, "Hey, come with us. We over here," and made her walk around with us while we shopping in the Adidas store. I probably would have done that. But for Travis's comfort level, that young lady does some things for him that mama can't do. And he wanted her to be right there with him. For whatever his comforts are with her, he has some certain level of comforts with her, which is why he keeps her so close. That's the first thing. Second thing is, and I know this to be true because I know a football dad who did this with his son before his son got drafted. He told you everywhere you go, keep her with you. So he had her with him everywhere through all her bad behavior, through whatever, but he had her there with him. And ultimately, by doing that, it's a disservice to the young man later on, because see, now he is playing at the next level, very popular, does very well. I don't know if you can still hear me. Okay.
Yeah, you break it. Hold on just a second.
He does well. But now this young lady has.
I'm with you. We with you.
Go ahead.
What happened?
No, hold on for a second. We with you.
Okay. So he does well, but the problem is that young lady has no identity outside of him now, because she was with him before draft day, through all his workouts. I would have never consent to my son having a young lady with him while he's going anywhere. out of the state of Texas to go train. You're there to work. You're not there to, you want to fly her in on the weekend, that's fine. But for to be there 7 days a week, and those two in particular have a child together. So I thought that was out of sorts, but that's what the dad told him to do. We don't know what Dion is saying to this young man. She's like his blanket that he keeps close. And she's been there in Jackson. I don't know what she was doing beforehand. I'm a big proponent of, the other two young men, Cam Ward and Ashton Jonty, they both had sisters, right? Their girlfriends are Black. Right. And they both look like athletes. At least one of them does. She might run track or play volleyball or something, but she does something. I think the biggest
it was said, Emily, that she was in college when they first met, when he was in high school. Now, she followed him to Jackson. I don't know if she was taking classes or continuing to try to get her degree. I don't know, because now when he talks about her in the light of what she's doing, it's pretty much she's a stay-at-home fiance. She cooks for him, she takes care of him, so forth and so on. But let me give a quick shout out for those of you all who are just joining me. This is the Blac-Vocracy podcast. I'm your host, Real Deal Jabril. This is my two co-hosts for this evening, True Blue Montgomery, my boy, all the way back at the Woman Hutchin Eagles. You see him with that private shirt on, and I got the beautiful Miss Emily Sutton joining me on the show, and we're talking about it when you're young and in love. I really want to play this. I'm about to play this song, y'all. This is one of those old classic R&B. When you're young and you're in love. This is a special edition. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, I'm just saying this is a special edition of Metaphors of Love while we listen. A special edition. Y'all know we did this show for about 2 years running, so I'm getting ready to get back into it come January. But we're doing a special edition just for this particular specific reason alone. I saw somebody that came on a second ago. I hope she's still in the house. Laverne is in the house. Blue. Big shout out to Laverne. Let me make sure and see if she's still in the building with us. But big shout out to Laverne. So yeah, we're talking about the Travis Hunter and his fiance Leanna situation. And as I said in the very opening, the very beginning, normally I wouldn't even get into situations like this, but it was so much that was being said. I definitely agree with my man True Blue in regards to it's none of our business. My only reason for talking about it, because again, I see one young African-American brother who can honestly and truly say, I made it from out of all of the dark circumstances that he has been going through or have gone through. He has the perfect opportunity to set his family up for generational wealth, and that's the main thing. And you got to root for a guy. Let me play another clip right quick before I come to you, Blue. But you got to root for a guy like Travis, because when I saw these two videos I'm about to play, oh man, I had to fight back tears. One was his Heisman Trophy acceptance. But in case you don't know who Travis Hunter is, let me just remind you guys, this guy was the best college football player in the country, according to many. Of course, Blue think Ashton Jennings should have won the Heisman, but we'll talk about that for another day. This is Travis Hunter.
He's also been one of the most productive receivers in the country. Travis Hunter's doing something that we've really never seen.
Gus, what are we watching? This guy is...
And there you have it, man. I mean, the kid played both sides of the ball, made 84%. He played about 30 to 40% more than any other athlete on the field. And it just wasn't him being out there. It was about the impact that he made. So when he accepted his award, this was his next video. I got to play this next video because there's no way you cannot root for a young man like this. Because if you hating against him, that's exactly what it is hate. But this video right here, man, I had to fight back tears.
I know you watching on TV. Dad, I love you. All the stuff you went through, man. I look at your oldest son. I did this for you, man. All the times that you didn't get to see me, and the time you came to see my games, from not seeing probably 2 games in high school to seeing me on TV every weekend and coming to see me, man. That means so much to me. I know you wanted to be here and you can't. But trust me, I got you. I'm bringing the trophy home. I love you.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, as a black man, as a father, man, you know, when you hear something like that, and then he said, look at your oldest son, man. I'm telling you, if y'all saw me, boy, I was all up in here with it. I was trying to fight it and hold it back, boy, because you know, having played ball, man, and coached kids for as many years as I did, and you see these kids go on and do something great. And not only is he collecting hardware, but he's an academic 4.0 All-American student academically. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can't beat it.
Right. So with all of that, he could be out in the club. He could be out in the street. He could be doing a lot of things because Shador and Shiloh bring out the hoes.
They flipping up.
Right? We ain't heard nothing about Shador and Shiloh. We ain't heard nothing about Shador and Shiloh's GPA.
Right.
Okay.
Let me go ahead.
All I'm saying. So I saw another camera angle of when Travis got announced that he had won the Heisman. And what I saw that young lady do from this other angle is you see her looking at him because he had gotten up and did whatever he did. And then he turned around and looked straight at her and she looked at him and she, you know, had this soft look on her face from the other side now. Hugged him and everything. Then his mom hugged him. But that little area in front of the stage is not a whole lot of space there. She didn't have a choice but to sit back down. From this other angle I just saw, she didn't have a choice. She got out of the way because now his mom is there. Then Dion is, you know, so then the mom even sat down and let Dion embrace him. So you don't have all this. Everybody's supposed to be standing up, hugging everybody. Why ain't she stand up for 10 more minutes than the mama? Why is she hugging him before the mama? He went to her first because guess what? That girl is doing some things that mama can't do, even though mama.
Watch out now. Watch out now.
Did all those.
Watch out now. Watch out now. I know all about this. He who finds a wife find a good thing. But Blue say, hold on, Emily, hold on for a second. Because Blue say, man, I gotta go.
The Bible say leave and cleave. Ain't that what it says?
Let me,
Blue, you say what to that, Blue?
Let me tell you, I noticed, Emily, you keep saying she doing a bunch of things that mama can't do. Well, my mama ain't gonna do it. She ain't got to do it. Somebody else will do it. But let me say this to y'all first, though. Do y'all remember?
Here's the thing.
Wait, hold on, Emily. Hold on, Emily.
Hold
you talk for a second. Let him finish what he's about to say.
Let me say this to you. To me, it seems like ain't nothing she can do that can make up for nothing. Ain't nothing she can do to please everybody. Whatever she do, she will always be wrong. Let me say this, though. To me, she's being set up for failure. First of all, Dion, y'all need to have somebody to take this young lady, man, up under their wing. And then, ma'am, if you know you're not ready, which you ain't, you need to ask for some help, man. This lady needs some help, man. Because she's not ready for all this publicity, all these cameras. Listen, man, if the lady would have went to go shopping, they'd have said something about that. Oh, she all out spending his money already. Why is she ain't over there with him? Well, she don't know. And ain't none of her friends been in no position like that. So who she can talk to?
Right.
Who
you can only know what you know. Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
But one thing I tell y'all about Travis, man, if you're African, well, no disrespect, man. If you're any kind of man, say, man, this guy is very humble. He's very respectful. And he speaks from his heart. See, if you speak from your heart, you ain't got to worry about lying. Right. This man is in love, man.
It's dripping. Oh, I agree. It's dripping.
Say, man, dripping.
I mean, it's seeping through. Ain't no doubt about that.
Say, man, let me tell you something. I'm glad when I was his age, I wasn't in love I don't want to be in love like that, man.
I'm gonna tell myself.
Hey, listen to me. Ain't nobody coming for my mama. Who carried me for 9 months? That's why I'm going first. Baby, well, I tell you what, again, let's me and you and Jabril, let's do a group hug. They could have did that. He wouldn't hug her first. They wait, the people waiting on that.
So you gonna
people waiting on him for every step that he take. They waiting on him. And see, to them, that was a mistake. But listen, man, she was right there. He hugged her. They gonna make an issue out of everything that these kids do, man.
Right.
Judge your own kids.
So with that being said,
judge your own kids.
why does anybody need to take her and do anything? Because folk are gonna say what they gonna want to say anyway.
But Emily,
somebody got to take up under that wing and let it know. Say, man, when you out here in the public, you can't be saying out loud, "Oh, what I'm supposed to do is just sit here all day."
Well, hold on. Let me hold on. Wait a minute. Let me put us on pause. Hold on. Let me put us on pause for just a second. Because normally what happens in situations like that, and it used to be this way. I'm thinking way back now. We talking Gladiator in the 70s, 80s, and maybe early 90s. Well, I guess by the early 90s, mid 90s started coming around a little bit better. But now you have these NFL wives. She's gonna have to get into that group. No, she really is. Because you're talking about a young 21 millionaire, and his intentions may be really good. But Emily, Blue, and those in the chat, y'all know as well as I do, you got some bold women, and they don't care if you got the ring on. They don't care if you engaged. They don't care if you're married and got 6 kids. If they see Travis Hunter out anywhere, he talk about how he like to fish. Well, guess what? TMZ gonna be waiting around the corner. You can believe the paparazzi with one of them long lens cameras, waiting to see who else gonna be fishing too in a disguise. You understand what I'm saying? That's why Blue was saying earlier, this thing's gonna go through a whole nother level. Because what they've been used to, because this is college, right? We're talking college. When you're in high school and college, you get just a glimpse of it. Now when you multiply this thing by 10, 20, 30, and 50 times over, it just heightens. So the best thing he's going to have to do is really keep his business, his relationships private, on the private side. Get out of all that immaturity stuff and all this posting every time we lay down what we doing, what I'm cooking, how we dress at home.
But let me tell you, Jabril, let me tell you this though. That's fine with me. I'd rather for you to be in your onesies doing them dances and then be all out doing other things. Let me tell you this, man.
Of course.
This kid does not see like he the same kid that we see every Saturday. When I see him with them big old onesies on and doing them steps and listen, man, he just
let me shout out Quentin right there. I got to give my boy Q. He said they have to. It's the social media age. Absolutely, Q. It's the social media age. And see, the internet is undefeated. Come on, y'all talk to me now. The internet. See, I'm gonna play Travis' clip in a minute because he felt like he had to come riding in on the white horse and defend her and defend his position. But I'm gonna tell you, sometimes silence is not necessarily admitting defeat. Silence is really winning quietly because the internet is undefeated. It is what it is. As long as you know it's not true, but we're living, like my man Q just said, we're living in a social media age. And you keep responding to it, it's gonna keep growing. I'm telling you.
Well, let me tell you this though. When they say they living in the social media, listen, man, all that's good. You ain't just cause social media out there don't mean you got to get caught up in it, man. He got that. To me, they personal stuff, they personal business, but they so young, man. See, they didn't know all that they was posting was gonna come back on them. All that what they doing behind closed doors was gonna come back on them, man. But to me, man, they need a hug, man.
Let me. I want to set this up because I'm gonna come back to Emily right quick and Laverne. I know you're on her because Laverne, she works with the students up at Wilmer Hutchin Independent. Well, they ain't Wilmer Hutchin Independent School. Wilmer Hutchin High School. I wish it was still independent. But y'all shout out and let me know in the comments right there so I can read them and put them up. But I'm gonna set this up and come to Emily because now we're talking about the bag, Emily. We're talking about the dream because you have sons. I think your son played at SMU, right?
So Eric graduated from SMU. Then he went on to play in Toronto. He in the CFL.
That's the one. Okay, that's the same son.
Yeah, so he got drafted there. But I just about got another son. I guess you could say he's really my cousin, but I treat him like my son. He Stephon Wright. So Stephon came to SMU. He also graduated from SMU. Took a year off. Went to Texas Southern, still has 2 years, about a year, maybe 2 of eligibility left. Stephon is 6'5", 2, I don't know, defensive lineman. And he'll be playing this fall at UConn.
At UConn.
So he'll be up there with Jim Mora. And so actually all this stuff with Stephon is actually it's kind of forced me to open up this doggone management company and put it on wax for real, because I've already been doing it, but I just hadn't really formally been doing it. But just helping manage his life outside of football so that he can focus on the things that he needs to do, which, and this is a great segue, which without that young lady being there in the home with Travis, probably would have been a little bit difficult for him. His mama can't be there. And it's a lot to have to play at a high level, take as many snaps as you take, have to take care of your body the way it has to be taken care of, make sure you sleep, make sure you stay on task with school and all these things. You need somebody there. And he said that she was there when he got injured. She was there when she was there for all of the things. So for that, he is.
So was Lauren.
Huh?
I say so was Lauren. You don't know who Lauren is, dude. That's the head trainer for Colorado that followed Dion from Jackson State, the white girl.
Okay, Lauren was there
No,
too,
no,
but Lauren.
I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
Lauren has working hours. But what I will tell you is this, and I can't speak for a man, but you all understand how comforting it is to have the presence of a woman when you're going through the most challenging times and seasons of your life. It's almost, I don't want to say necessary, but it's an added component to what a man has to deal with or go through. So when we talk about what do women bring to the table, it's an intangible that you can't even name, because when you each have gone through different seasons of your life, yeah, Curtis, really, when you've gone through different seasons of your life,
I want you to see that.
I'm almost positive that there was one woman that you could say held you down, and all. That's what all of y'all talk about. Oh, I had a woman, she had my back, and you be loyal to her. Now, what's happening now with Travis and this young lady is she was there through some critical seasons in his life, going to a HBCU, not committing to Florida State, that whole thing, all the stuff that came along with that. Trust me, she been getting run down on social media for some years now. They've been together for 5 years at this point, and it ain't been nothing but social media since the pandemic. So that's all we've been doing. It's been TikToking, it's been Instagram and Snapchat and whatever else they do. She's been there the whole time. Right.
Okay, but
let me say.
Hold on, Blue. Hold on, just a second, Blue. Hold on, just a second. Hold your thought, Blue. Because I had something I want to talk about real. But don't forget what you was about to search. I want to ask Emily this right quick because I'll give you a personal story, right? Because we're talking about securing the bag.
Yes, Curtis. Really.
Thank you, Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis.
Thank you, Curtis.
For real.
Thank you, Curtis.
Hold on. Let me shout my classmate. I see Sharon Rollins in the house. Good evening to you, Sharon. Good evening to you, Sharon. Thank you for joining. Sharon says I agree with silence.
Let Emily say
hold
something.
I take hold on. Hold on.
Hold
on. I'm gonna have to do this to you when you're trying to overtalk me now. I can take you down now. I gotta get a shout to my friend Sharon. This is my classmate. She said I agree with silence being the best option. Nothing he say or do would make this any better. So Emily.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this. I'm gonna bring Blue back to the stage. I gotta put Blue in a little bit of time out right quick. I'm gonna bring you back to the stage. I need you to hear this right quick. Okay, so let's talk a little seriousness right quick. We're talking about the bag. We're talking about security. We're talking about securing your posterity, your future generation with generational wealth. We're talking about the bag. Okay, securing that bag. And you and I both know that divorces and things of this nature can definitely cut that thing in half. So saying that, I know, Blue know, and you see my guy Quentin Williams that's in there. We know from having playing football for the great majority of our lives. When your mental is not there, sometimes it becomes a real big distraction. Now, for some people, they need basketball to be out there on the court, to be out there on the football field, to get away from it all, because that's like our sanctuary. But there are times when you mentally check out because you got an issue. I think Shannon Sharp, he talked about this on his podcast, Nightcap, and he discussed this about how he was, he was really head over heels with this young lady. And his brother, he says, brother, you don't even call him like that. But they was looking in his eyes, and he said, man, he never FaceTimed me. But he FaceTimed me talking about his brother Sterling Sharp, who said, hey, man, are you all right? Because he looking in his brother. He said, you don't look all right, man. But he was going through it with this young lady. He was really going through it. Me personally, when I look back on my playing career, having this young love, like I said, thinking that you was in love, but you really have a strong like. That's really what it is, a strong like. There was some mental challenges because you're trying to play ball, but then you're wondering, where she's at or what she's doing in college, because we weren't going to the same university at that time. But the minute I let that go, Blue, listen to your boy now. Spring 1987, I made honorable mention. Next year, I made second team all conference. And then the last year, I made first team all conference. Then I went and tried out with the New York Giants. That's what your boy did when he didn't have no relationship. So what I'm simply saying is this, Emily. We talking about securing the bag. Okay? Look on up now. Don't take no notes on this. I'm talking about Travis Hunter is a multi-millionaire NIL deal. We didn't have NIL, Blue. We didn't have NIL, Q. But he's a multi-millionaire. So if she can't handle it, and let me put this up on the banner because this is the next question I have for the chat.
Who said he couldn't handle it?
Leanna, would she become his adversary? Now, in securing the bag, let's say you Travis Hunter's mom. Would you have asserted yourself into the relationship and say, hey, look here, sweetheart, let me pull you to the side, like going back to what Blue say? Somebody got to talk to her because she going to mess up the bag, Emily. So you say what?
So what I say is this. I say that Dion has Travis's ear. I know that Dion, just like his own sons, is not going to let Travis be out here unprotected when it comes to the bag. Okay? We're not going to see another situation like we saw with Kobe and Vanessa. And with that situation, Vanessa was in high school. Kobe was playing for the Lakers. Kobe was going out to Orange County, getting her from school. Met her on a Snoop Dogg video set. She was 17 years old. Her father consent to her dating Kobe. The girl had to stop going to classes the latter part of her school year because it was drawing too much attention to, and at the time, I think Kobe was 21.
Right.
So it wasn't a huge age difference, but one of the stipulations in that his parents had and what they wanted was they wanted him to have her sign a prenup. Kobe was very popular at the time. Kobe, so matter of fact, he had won they had won the NBA championship. She was there and wanted her to sign a prenup. He had already proposed. Her mother said, if my daughter has to sign a prenup, you can't marry her. His parents were adamant.
Kobe parents, right?
Yes. So there starts the rift between he and his parents, in case y'all didn't know. So he was really, his parents were around, but they weren't as tight. I'll say that. They weren't as tight. And so when it comes to all of that, he married her. His parents were not present at the wedding. They were not present. And once they got married, I think a lot of her family was taken care of, from what I remember, them buying her mom a house, maybe two, I think her dad, and, just really taking care of her side of the family. And I only know this because I know those family members on Kobe's side.
Well, we know that there was a rift, yeah.
Yeah. So then he passes away. And it was just tricky for years and years and years. But Dion is smart. Okay, he had what's the girl come down there to Jackson State? The girl that was gaming all the young dudes.
Oh yeah, you talking about that? I know
Forget her
you.
name, but they
I know
had
you
her
talking. Take her name right now.
had her go down there and basically
Yeah,
tell the guys how basically how the game goes.
yeah, yeah.
And Dion knows who Travis is. He sees himself in Travis. Dion, because if I'm gonna tell you right now, if Dion was not in Travis's ear, that girl would have been pregnant last year. Okay.
Possibility. But Blue, hold on, Emily, hold that. I want Blue want to chime in on this because
Dion, trust me, Dion is more involved than we think he is.
he hands. Yeah, but he talked about the prenuptial when they was at Jackson State, if you recall.
Dion is working with Travis's mom. Okay, and a lot of times, as mothers of sons, when they fall in love and they get into relationships and different things, we have to. They don't hear us if we're just coming straight. Our sons don't hear us. So you have to find who does have their ear and get your message across that way. And it is effective. But we have to do what we have to do.
But hold on, let me put you on pause for just a second. I got to get some shout out to people over in the chat. Don't forget, we got people coming on the chat. I got to read something. I got Laverne. She say women bring a lot to the table. That is true, Laverne. But she also says, all women have a place. She assisted him with getting to the bag. Our mental health is very important. She provided that support. Will the relationship stand the test? It's good now, but will it last? Fame can change your status. I couldn't say that better.
True. That is true. However,
that's what I stated earlier.
They've already been living in fame. The only difference now is he's going to be wearing the shield. He's going to be in a city away from Dion, and there's going to be more money. But they've already been doing it. He's already made multiple millions of dollars just being in college. And him even speaking, I think somebody said it was best to be quiet. Well, he does a lot of lives, and that's part of his NIL is him having to jump on live, just like Chad Johnson has to jump on and play Madden with people and play FIFA and all that other kind of stuff. And these people are coming at you live, saying whatever they're saying. They're in the chat. It's going down. And he had to respond in those moments. He didn't come out and just record a little side video. He was talking to people who were on his live while he was, and that's where he had to step up and say something, because it's one thing you talking about my girl and you typing it over there. And then I don't, but now you see my face, I'm talking to you and you still typing it. So he had to say something in that moment. Now, she said what she said to defend herself, but she also prefaced it with, I cleared it with him. So I'm telling you, this generation, these people, these Generation Z people, they not regular. They're not regular. And we'll never understand them.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna give my guy True Blue the center stage right quick. I'm gonna give him the center stage because I know he's been biting at the bits to address this.
Okay, wait, hey, check this out. Again, Emily and everybody else that's on this thing, no disrespect to the conversation at all. Your feelings is on your sleeves and your shoulder. Check this out. I would tell my son all the time, because this Kobe Bryant stuff, getting married and all that, let me say this to you. I told my son, and I told him, man, no disrespect, love who you love. You can't bring no woman to this house that don't get along with your mama, that your mama don't like. That's a problem right there. See, with Kobe Bryant, what his mom then went through, well, you can't marry my daughter if about that prenup. Listen, man, well, bye. I'm just being real with you, because let me tell you something. From day one, when she didn't show up at the wedding, that speaks volume. Kobe Bryant probably felt like it was disrespectful for them not to come. The mama then probably felt like It was disrespectful because you sit up and married this lady. Say, man, when these parents be speaking, they be speaking for the best interest of their kid. So let me tell you this, with Travis and all that he going through, Dion can say whatever he want to say. Anybody can say whatever they want to say. He his own man. He make his own decision. If he listen to Dion, prenup would already been signed. So you can already know that he gonna listen. But you ain't got to. Did you see how you saw his mama when she spoke?
Yeah, yeah.
Say, man, that's a child of God, man. That's what Travis get it from, man. Travis, man, we can't take that from this kid. And then again, Jabril, me, Emily, everybody that's on. What if our past relationships was out there in social media? We'd be in trouble. Let me tell you this, though, when I played ball, and I got hurt, man, again, y'all, no disrespect. This thing is real. When I was coming up and we played ball, we was for real about it. So when I got hurt, a female is the last person. I'm trying to get healed so I can get back out there on the field, man. You know who I turn to for comfort? I'm always turn to God for comfort, and I turn to my mother for comfort because I know God is God and my mother is our mother. Now, when you get to dealing with these women, they only gonna be dealing with you and riding with you for one or two things. My mom and God gonna ride with you forever. A woman gonna ride with you because you're an athlete, or you finna get paid, or you get drafted. Don't go in the draft and see if she's still with you.
Right. Well, let me see what Sharon over here in the chat. She says, let me put Sharon up there right quick. She says, Dion would likely make sure he's surrounded by professionals who are experts in quick fame athletes. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And I do think that that's his
okay, but check this out though. Y'all say he gonna be around experts in relationships. What is that?
No.
Expert in relationships.
She said experts and professionals as far as his career. First of all, you can't get around a better expert or professional than Deion Sanders. And he has been under Deion's tutelage for some years.
Okay, Emily, let me tell you this.
That's the first thing. Hold on. That's the first thing. The second thing is Deion handles Travis like he's one of his sons. So those boys also have insight to give to Travis about what's going on. Now, it just so happens because you ain't never seen Shador with nobody and you ain't seen Shiloh with nobody.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. So guess why you ain't seen him? Listen, man, and no disrespect, friend.
Okay.
Listen to him. No, you said Dion is a good person.
I'm still out here in these college football streets.
Okay, that's fine. Listen, you said Dion can give him all the advice.
Blow say night.
Yeah, let me tell you this though, Emily. Friend, no disrespect, right?
Don't let the no hit you.
Yeah, Dion, I wouldn't listen to me, man. I'm 60 years old. I would not listen to Dion for his relationship wise. You know why? He ain't got now. Garbage. All his relationships, he done drug women. Man, don't get Emily. We're not trying to go there tonight. Dion has drugged these women. Wait, I'm telling you something. First, you love him to death.
You have a point.
Yeah, he loved him to death, and then all of a sudden, when shit don't go his way, and then he gonna drag them. You see, when they did on the senior day, they had to walk with their parents. Soon Dion get down there to the mama, he stays left. Man, they don't want that much attention, man. You could have been, you was on the side all them years, but you couldn't be on the side of it for 45 seconds. Let me tell you something, Emily, friend, no disrespect. Since Dion got all these answers, why he ain't never had no successful marriage? Man, I mean, we just talking. Tell me a successful marriage Dion done had.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, but answer my question first, though, Emily, before you go that route.
I'm gonna answer your question. But this is what I want to ask you.
Oh, I asked you, and you asked me.
Hold on. No. This is a very real question. Name an athlete that was playing at the top of his game. And playing at the top of your game requires a different level of focus. Name an athlete that did not have problems in their relationship.
Randy Moss.
Because
Randy Moss.
Who was.
Randy Moss.
I'll wait.
Randy Moss.
He played 2. He played two professional sports at a high level. At a high level.
Randy Moss. I ain't never heard nothing about him and his wife.
Did Randy play 2? Hold on. Did Randy play 2 sports or 1?
Oh, you talking about 2 sports? You ain't nobody played 2 sports but 2 or 3 people.
Okay, right.
Well, you could say Bo Jackson though. You never heard about Bo Jackson.
Hold on.
We connoisseurs over here with this thing.
Now, okay. I understand you can get surgical. I can get just as surgical as you want to get to it. We can go right on in the operating room. Jabril charged me up earlier today. I came ready to play. Now, you named Randy Moss, right?
But Emily, you never did answer my question. But
No. Randy Moss.
No. You ain't got no responses. No. I asked you a question first.
Let me get it out, Blue. Let me. I gotta take you down. I want to get a question out there, Blue.
All right. Okay.
Go ahead, Emily.
Now, is the mindset that a defensive player has to have in the secondary the same mindset that a wide receiver has to have, or does it have a little something extra on it? Now, Jabril, you can answer this. It's different. It's different. To compare a DB to a receiver is different. It's totally different. 2 different sides of the ball, 2 different mentalities, same goal, but it's a little something. And defensive players got to have a little, because you have to be able, as if you in that secondary, you out there on an island by yourself. The action is coming at you. So you got to have a different kind of mentality to be back there by yourself with the action coming at you. You worrying about, I can't let this nigga, he can't break my ankles. I can't let him burn me. I ain't finna end up on top 10, going down on the side. This nigga done ran past me. I can't let him catch the ball on me. All of that. When you're an offensive player, your focus is to catch the ball and make him miss. That's it. But defensively, you got to try to get the ball, shake and bake with him, don't get burnt, and don't give up no touchdown. And they bet now. And now, if the corners don't get them and they get past the linebackers, and now they back there with the safeties, and you
go teach. Go teach. Well, let me.
It's a different mindset, right?
Now, well, let me put you on pause for just a second. Well, hold on. Let me put you on pause for just a second. Let me put you on pause. I'll let you finish. Let me put you on pause. Okay. I gotta reset the room right quick. There is a difference.
Teaching nobody.
She teaching.
Emily, let me
say hold on. Now, Emily said yes, there is a difference, because I believe it truly, when you're talking about a natural position, that's one of the hardest positions to play. I know you talk about the quarterback position, but the reason why, hold on, Blue, let me give you the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because you're asking a guy to do something that's unnatural. We walk forward, not backwards. So anytime you backpedaling backwards, that's unnatural, right? I'm not saying no other position doesn't require a certain skill level, certain knowledge of the playbook and all of that. I get all of that. But when I'm talking about what's doing natural and anticipation and trying to figure out, we got to figure out where you guys are trying to go. You know where you're trying to go, and we're doing something unnatural. So that is the most difficult position to me to play, is a defensive back position. But you say what though?
Let me. Listen, man. I'm on something else right now, Miss. I asked Emily a question. She went somewhere else. Tell her come on back, man.
I'm gonna bring her back to the stage because somebody.
Okay. No. When I say she went somewhere else, my question was, and listen, Emily and everybody out there listening, there's no disrespect to Dion, but when I heard her say that's the best person that can give him some advice, Emily, let me say this to you, Emily. Tell me what successful relationship he has had. Now, don't go nowhere talking about DBs and linebackers and tackles and all that.
No.
Tell me what successful relate. Why would you drag these kids' mamas through the mud like that. You done drag them when you was in love with them.
Wait a minute, Blue. Emily, before you answer the question, Blow said, answer the question, Emily. I'm telling you what, Curtis Blow. Curtis say, answer the question, Emily.
Emily,
So I just had to put that up there so you can see it for yourself.
It's okay. Quentin
And,
said Roger
and he put that up. He put that up there a second ago.
Okay.
So he
right,
didn't let you run tonight.
To answer the question, let me ask you this.
Oh my Lord!
I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna
start asking us questions.
I'm gonna answer your question.
You good?
I'm gonna answer your question.
Go ahead. You ain't got to think about it though.
No. I'm trying to, because I gotta get Curtis and Quentin. They gotta.
They can hear.
I gotta get them together. Now, if you go to Papados, right?
Yes.
Listen, hear me. I'm a storyteller. You go to Papados, and the food is not good.
Right.
You get a stomach ache, right?
Right.
Okay. That's not gonna stop you from eating, period. It's just gonna challenge you going to Papados again, right? I say all that to say Dion married two different types of women. One woman that he married was in the finance, and she might have been a little bit meek and mild. The
that
second
ain't got
one,
nothing to do with what we talking about.
Hold on. I'm going somewhere. The reason why he would be the best person. I get so tired of these women trying to talk about football. Emily, who put?
Wait a minute. See, that's a rate. We, right now they 2-11. I hadn't heard it in a while. She used to shout me out, but I ain't heard it in a while.
We still got a shot for the playoff. We still got a shot. I don't even want to hear what you talking about.
Y'all don't.
We gonna stay the course.
Anyway, back to what I was saying.
Let me say this, Emily. Can I say something?
Experience is what makes you qualified.
What?
Experience qualifies you. Absolutely, it qualifies you.
Not
negative
qualification.
No. You have to be tested and qualified to be able to speak on certain things. That's biblical. You're tried. You're tested. I'm not saying that Dion was a perfect husband. I don't even know how these women were as wives. I don't know. I feel like he married Pilar just for the kids, just for the way the kids that he was going to produce.
Well, let me speak. Well, let me speak to that briefly because you can't change horses in the middle of the race. And one of the things that Dion said prior to going into that relationship with Pilar, he specifically told her what he was looking for. He wanted some more children, and he wanted a wife that was going to be at home. She the one decided that she wanted to get back into acting and go in Hollywood, and that what really started the thread from unraveling in the relationship. So that's what happened.
What was the primary? What's the primary focus?
Now I don't know all the details, but I'm saying that's what he came out and said in that regard.
He chose somebody who looked a certain way, had certain physical attributes, and that's what he chose because of the product that was going to come out of that. And he got what he wanted.
Let me say this.
He got what he wanted. He didn't.
Okay, that's fine. We good. Let me say this though. Emily, thank you for your response, friend. But we'll get a chance to do it again. Let me say this to you. How can Dion give anybody, just like Oprah Winfrey? How you gonna give somebody advice and you and Stedman been together for 65 years? Let somebody interview you on why you ain't married Stedman. Let me tell you something about Dion, man. No disrespect. This real. Dion, I have watched you marry these women. Now it seems like you got hatred toward them. Listen to what I'm telling you, man. He drugged these women, got their kids involved. Listen, man, everything ain't got to be for the public. Listen, man, if you take away all these cameras, Dion gonna be mad, man. You take away cameras and you take away mirrors. Listen, man, he looking for that. Let me give you an example, man. When they came up there to talk to Travis, and it supposed to have been his family, guess who came out and represented the family? Dion and his son. Dion, come on, man. We know who you are. It's about Travis and his mom, man. You didn't have to go out there on stage with, or if you did, go out there with the mama. The mama was there and the grandmama was there. Or let his brother go out there with him. But it's a known fact, man, when cameras around, Dion is around. Listen, man, them people gonna eat you up because of that. You and your son came out there. Look what I was told. Where the mama might not want to come out there, well, persuade her and convince her to go out there. Pay her, mama, listen, let me give you some of this to go out there and answer a few questions for 10 minutes. That hurted me, man. Then you should have went out there with the mama, man. Not that I'm upset enough, but this how the world is, man. Everybody wants some attention. Everybody wants to be relevant. Everybody wants to be the conversation. Everybody wants to be the talk of the town. Let me tell you something, man. The only thing I want to do is continue to be a child of God and live the life that God has prepared for me. I heard all y'all on here tonight talking about chasing a bag. Chasing a bag. Man, if y'all don't get that bag, well, guess what? Travis Hunter ain't caring nothing about no bag. He care about his old lady, man. He ain't saying nothing about no bag. The bag is out. What do you tell a person when the bag already there? What you chasing? You chasing for love, then. Say, man, Emily, it's real in the field, friend. And again,
Well,
I just want you
speaking of, let's kind of get back on the subject of tonight. We're talking about Travis Hunter and his fiancee Leanna, because he defended his position as it relates to her. And going off of what you just said, we're gonna bring this video up in just a second. Let me bring this one up. This is what Travis Hunter had to say.
Y'all go ahead on my girl, like, bro, I feel the same pain that she feel. We're inseparable, bro. We with each other. Like, she hurting, of course I'm gonna be hurting. If I'm hurting, of course she gonna be hurting. Like, y'all, come on, bro. That joint hurt, bro. But then again, I'm talking to people that in life. Go ahead, bro. I don't care. I would rather all y'all leave right now and go send a text message. So when she wake up in the morning, she get on her phone, nothing but positivity, nothing but, positive energy. Yeah, she's still sleeping. She's slumped. You hurt, but you just cry yourself to sleep and you just be gone. Like, she drunk like OD amount tonight for no reason. Never had no girl. So why y'all talking about me? Find something else to talk about. Talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me. Like, come on, man. Y'all go do something else with y'all life. Clickbait pages, y'all better stop. I'm telling y'all. Y'all, if something bad gonna happen to y'all, y'all keep doing that. Y'all better stop that.
Okay, I am going to take you two down and let me reset this, because you just heard from Travis Hunter regarding his fiance. And I said earlier, now when he came out to defend his position and her position, I was like, to be honest with you, I was like, nah, Travis, because you don't owe nobody an explanation. And I don't want to see him get into a battle with the internet, because I said earlier that the internet is undefeated. It is. It just is. You cannot allow them to control the narrative. The internet is undefeated. So I understand you want to come, riding in on the white horse and save the day. But, silence sometimes is the best defense. And you can kill a whole lot of that just by being silent. Don't even respond to it. Now, I'm glad. I will play the clip in a minute on what Leanna did and came out and said to rebuttal or debunk a lot of things that was being said. So I do applaud her for that, because, again, I'm on the record saying that this was the first time that I even, I've seen previous videos of them in years past. And this is the first time, I should say, that I've ever seen her, disposition being what people was, putting out there. I was very surprised and taken aback, to be honest with you, by that, because I had never seen that in her character. But I do understand that the only thing that's constant in the universe is change. You're going to change. Your lifestyle will change. You're going to change. And it's called maturity. It's called growth. And if we're not learning, if we're not growing, if we're not learning, we're not growing. And if we're not growing, then we're stagnated. We become stagnated because as he grows, she has to grow with him in order to make this relationship work. That's the only way it's going to work. Why? Because he's going to be a part of a lot of people's lives now. You look at Travis Hunter, and I had experiences what he was experiencing in terms of signing autographs and all this stuff. And you look at how many autographs this young man signs before the game and then after the game. That takes a lot of sensitivity. So you know he's qualified, but his life is going to evolve. His life is going to change. All we're just asking is that you change and grow with him. Because, and I've said this many times before, that the only thing that's constant in the universe is change. Listen, you either gonna change with the change or the change gonna change over you. Nobody's aging backwards. Let's get that understood. He's not gonna be what he is today, 10 years from now, and nor should you be. Because in the words of the great late Muhammad Ali, he said, if a man is still doing what he was doing at 50, at the age of 20, he's lost 30 years of life. So the question becomes, are you willing to adjust? Are you willing to change? And she has to change. Now, she's older than he is. He got to do a little bit of catching up, you know, because he's 21. He's coming to the real world now. So, and you see some of the videos, he's a little goofy, he's a little funny, but that's a part of his makeup, his DNA, his constitution. I get that. But he's coming into the real world where he's going to be going to work now with grown men who have family and children. And they're out there doing a job, a 9 to 5. Y'all saw some of the and shout out to Blow, because he's a San Francisco 49ers fan, and the linebacker Devon Campbell just walks off the field, right? And you see how that looked, you know, the optics on that in terms of the whole organization of teammates. Ain't no coming back from that because you're dealing with grown men. They trying to put food on the table for their families. So this is what I'm talking about. She's gonna have to grow with him. But he was right in the coming out, trying to answer some of those things, but don't get into a war with the internet because you're gonna lose that battle. You're gonna lose that battle. But you say what though, Blue?
It's like, could you see the frustration? Can you see the anxiety that what he's going through? Because let me tell you something, man. This kid is well-rounded and he's a grounded individual. To go through what he went through during the season and still be able to perform at a top level like that, and then you got to come out the field and worry about your social life and everything in social media. Say, man, it done put a wear and tear on him now. You know, he done went for lollygagging to, man, leave my girl alone. Oh man, what about you, girl? Do you got see all that?
Yeah.
See, it's bothering
He's stepping out of character. Yeah. And I don't like that, Blue, because he's stepping out of character. When you see Travis, man, Travis normally a jovial, you know, he's a giddy person, man. He's a lover of life. He's a lover of people. So now he's stepping out of character. And he even himself acknowledged that. He said, I have to be mindful that I got little kids watching me, because he's embracing that role of being a role model with some understanding behind that, because again, he knows what it's like, you know, even just signing an autograph, man. He's sensitive to that because he's been that little kid once. So we don't want to ruin that part of him by dealing with some of these trollers, because most of them are trolling. So, you know, they don't have his best interest. They don't have her best interest. But again, she has to grow with him. They have to grow together. But Laverne said it too. She said, absolutely, grow together or grow apart. Absolutely, Laverne. One or two of those things gonna happen. If you're not growing together, you're growing apart. Ain't no in between. Because look, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Emily, you can respond to this. I would say this. That's why I was talking about the NFL Wives Club. She's gonna have to find her something to do. Yeah, she's gonna have to find her something to do, simply because it's different when he's in high school. You know, you're a couple of 3-4 years older. Y'all was doing a little ice cream thing, going to the skating rink, whatever you was doing. But now he's going to have obligations. And them promoters, they not trying to hear that. When you come to those signings and they ask you to do X, Y, Z, say, this is a business now.
A bunch of them leave their wives at home.
And how do we know that she is not managing part of his schedule now? We don't know.
Well, okay, let me we don't know. We don't. I'll say this.
She's playing more of a role then we know. Because for everything that he has going on, he wants her right there. For whatever the reason. She's the blanket to his Linus.
Yeah, but that's fine. We're talking about, hold on, we're talking, but we're talking, hold on for a second. We're talking,
yeah,
but we're talking apples and, but when
Yeah.
it comes to that, Emily, hold on for a second. When we're talking apples and oranges, when you're talking about one who's coming to lend a hand and support versus an individual who's actually setting you up to come up to pop-up shops to come sign these autographs for 5 hours. Because when he played that game, I think the last game in Folsom Stadium, he was at that pop-up for, I mean, literally the line was like 2 miles long. He was there from, I think it was from 1 o'clock to like 6 o'clock signing autograph. Now, granted, I wouldn't blame her if she's saying, baby, hey, I'm getting sleepy. I need to go to the house. You understand? But that's going to be his, it's like overtime. Baby, I got overtime. But it's all about securing my family, my extended family, and the people that I love that's in my circle. So she's going to have to be able to be more understanding in regards to that. Now, I'm not saying that she won't take on a little bit more of a management type thing in the future, but right now, as far as the NIL deal and what's set up, I don't think she have a lot to say so in there.
How do we know that she's not understanding now? We don't. That's what I'm saying. It's so much that we don't know. We only know the little micro snippets we see. We don't know, which is why I've reserved judgment on the whole situation. Would I like to see him with his sister? Absolutely.
I'm not even
slid in her DM.
Go and say what it really is now.
He slid in her DM, and that's what he wanted. Okay, that's what he wanted next to.
She wanted it too.
What Curtis done told you, she not the one. That's what Curtis say. She not the one. Let me see what Q say.
It all remains to be seen.
He say, and he walked right into retirement. But no, and I don't disagree with you, Emily. I'm not saying that we have full disclosure. I'm not saying that we know everything that's going on, which is one of the reasons why I gave her, and I will continue to give her the benefit of the doubt, because some of the things that I was seeing, and this is based on my own optics, no one else's. I know there were some things that could have been used as clickbait. I'm very aware of what the media, they try to control the narrative, and those who really don't want to see them two together based on, some say it's race, based on whatever else. I'm glad. I'm about to play the video because she came out and responded to some of the things to provide some clarity. She came out and responded and put things back into context. What was what? Now, take it however you want to take it. But when she said what she said, I said, hey, I'm good. I was good in the beginning anyway. I just wanted to make sure that this young brother, because you look at him like if I had coached him or he was my son, all I want to know is, man, can you sustain that same happiness 10 years from now? Because just like Laverne just said, if you're not growing together, you're growing apart. So, I got to look at all of that to control his mental. But this is what she said. We're going to finally get to the video and her respond. This was just today regarding the situation that actually happened, and then we'll talk about it.
I'm tired emotionally and mentally of seeing people try to make me out to be a person that I am not, but with a testimony without a test of faith. So I'm going to start from the very beginning with this my type thing. I got permission from Travis to say these things because these are previously things I didn't want online, but I'm going to tell y'all the full story just so y'all know. So Travis, when he first ever DM'd me, when we first met, I said I left him in my DM for 2 months, and people said, oh, she left him in his DM until she figured out who he was. That is not true at all. The real reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend, and her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message, and he sat there until he was single. I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him until he was single. That's the real reason he sat in my DM. Then the second thing, when I said he wasn't my type, I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated looked the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper. And then Travis. So I have never dated the same type physically. I don't care about what people look like or what they can give me. I date people for who they are as a person, how they honor God, and how they treat the people around them. And Travis is all the above. So when I said he wasn't my type, I meant because he was younger than me. I had never dated no one younger than me, and he had cheated on his girlfriend. I don't know if your type is cheaters, but mine isn't. So no, he wasn't my type at first off of those two things, but that didn't discredit the fact that I was attracted to him. That's obviously why I gave him a chance. And then I learned he truly is a phenomenal and wonderful human being, and that's why we're together, and that's why we're still together to this day. So that's that. Okay, the next clip was at the game after they just won like their last game. People thought I was upset with him celebrating with cheerleaders. I don't know where that came from because he never celebrated with cheerleaders. So that I don't know where that started, but that's not what I said. But what y'all didn't see before the clip, me and him were talking. We had already interacted. I had already said congratulations. I had already kissed him over the fence that we couldn't get through. So the real reason why I was mad is because the security, and you can ask any of the family members who was actually there, they didn't want no one to storm the field, so they had thousands of security people holding everyone back. But the people in the field were like, let the family down, like the family can come down. So everyone was going back and forth. I was arguing with the security guard because he wouldn't let no family through, but they let the cheerleaders on the opposing team get through the fences. So I was like, so when I finally got down to the field, that's why I told Travis, like, he had already seen, I had already congratulated him, we had already spoke, got on the field, and then that, I was upset because I had just finished arguing with somebody, and then what y'all don't see after 5-second clip is right after that, I let it go. I was like, you know what, like, celebrate, we took pictures, we were with our families, and then we went to his meet and greet, had another wonderful event there. That's all that happened in that. That was literally that, nothing, it was not deeper than anyone made it out to be. And yeah. Next clip, the Adidas pop-up shop this past weekend. People are saying that I'm like, what am I supposed to do, just sit here? That's not what I said. First of all, I said, baby, do you want me to sit here, or do you want me to go with the family, or do you want me to come with you? Because what y'all don't know, again, off of a 7-second clip, is those weren't fans, by the way. He had already finished that part. He had finished meeting with the fans. I was there the entire time, taking pictures, talking to them, everything. The girls that were there, they were the Adidas, they worked for Adidas. So we were taking pictures for social posts. That's who those people were. I wasn't annoyed with no fans at all. I'm never annoyed with fans. So that's what that was. And then Travis was getting ready to leave. He had to be at a rehearsal for the Heisman ceremony. They had to do walkthroughs and stuff like that. So I was asking him, I was like, do you want me just to sit here? Do you want me to go back to the hotel? Like, do you want me to wait for our family? Because his family was in there shopping. Because Adidas let them go pick out stuff in the store. It's like a 4-story Adidas. So they're all doing that. I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, do I stay here? Do I come with you? Like, what? And he was like, you can do what you want. Like, you could sit there. You can go shop. You can come to the hotel. You can walk around. That's what he was saying to me. I don't know. Like I said, the things that I see people make up is truly crazy because it's not what happened. And I just think people are just finding every single little thing and trying to make it something it's not. And then bird brain individuals are just accepting what they see online. Okay, now the last thing, this actual Heisman ceremony. This is making me so mad because anyone who knows me knows I support Travis in every win, everything he does, because I truly, truly love that man. He is perfect in my eyes. So, when his name was called, I instantly was gonna, if you watch the video, you can see me like, but his mom didn't get up. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't get up, maybe I just sit here with her. So I sat there, and then y'all said Coach Prime had to tell me to get up. No, he didn't. He said, go get him. Go get your man. Like, and once Travis stood up, but he didn't have to do that because I was going to do that anyways. As soon as I seen Travis get up, then I thought it was appropriate to stand up, greet him, congratulate him. But then there was a camera right in front of Coach Prime. And I knew they were going to film that moment. And because of how people are online, I was like, I don't want to be in that shot, so I'm going to sit down. So I try to sit down so I'm not in the camera while I'm crying. People are going to be like, oh, why is she crying? Like, you know, stuff like that. And so I got out of the camera purposefully so they can have their moment. That's all it was. No one told me to stand up. No one had to tell me to celebrate with him. I was just sitting there crying. I wanted to take it in myself too. I was super excited for him.
Okay, guys, there you have it. I mean, straight out of the horse's mouth, as they say. And she came and she spoke her truth. She got a little emotional behind it, and I felt her because, again, you know, the media, we all know social media, man, it could be something, man, and they'll make something so small seem so big, and they'll use clickbait and excerpts and all this other stuff to formulate an opinion. But again, they say the truth, the lies halfway around the world and hadn't even put the pants of truth on yet. So I don't know, again, like Emily was saying earlier, we don't know. I don't know what goes on in the Travis Hunter household. We don't have the full disclosure of it all. Again, I have never judged them being together, even when they was at Jackson State, which was surprising to me when this kind of came out, because I'm looking at the same thing everybody else is looking at. I said, well, let me get to the bottom of it. But I'm glad that she did. She came out and she spoke about it. And I wish them nothing. I think everybody who is really sincere want to see them, you know, want to see Travis happy, see her happy. And, you know, you only good as your counterpart, because, again, for every great man, there is a great woman. And we don't know all the little things that goes on inside of their household. He likes what he likes. So again, if he like it, I love it. I'm not tripping on all of it. I just want the young brother to make sure, like I think Curtis said in one of his let me make sure I get my boy quote up, because I just saw this, Curtis, if you still with us, man. He said, wait, he just wait a minute, I'm trying to get the one chat that he said if he only, let me see, let me make sure I get this one up here too. Let's see. He said, I remember what he said. I wanted you all to see it, but I'll just say it if I can't find it, because there's a lot of comments that I'm looking at. But anyway, he was talking about if he only knew how many times that he's gonna fall in love. But then he just put up, and I'm gonna put this up for y'all. He just put this up. He said, she's lying, go kick rocks. Don't do it, young man. Let her go. Let her go. So she's gonna be a big problem. So Emily, so let me come to Emily. So Emily, after seeing the video, you say what to that? You still with me, Emily? Are you on mute? Did you hear the question? I'm putting the question to you now. Curtis said he wants her to go kick rocks because she lying, but you just saw the video and you say what to that?
To the young lady?
Yeah, referencing, you know, the points that she was making in regards to her and Travis.
I see her point, but I see her point because I've been in those situations and I've been in those atmospheres. So yeah. What's your name in the middle there, Mr. Blue? Are you Blue?
True Blue 82.
Okay. So my ex-husband played professional football, and I can remember being in situations and being in environments where, you know, you tired, you want to go home. Like, you know, you can't, you know, somebody's always monitoring your facial expressions. Now, I will say this, because of who he is, people are monitoring her facial expressions. If she raised her eyebrow the wrong way and can't nobody hear the discussion, they'll speculate what the discussion was all about. Oh, she and she couldn't. It's like you don't even know what's going on at the time. But it, you know, I think there's more to the story. I did read that, you know, she went to Kennesaw State. She graduated in 2022. So Travis, so she was already out of school, but what it said is she got her bachelor's degree in 2 years. I don't know. Maybe they doing the same thing in Georgia that they do here in Texas, where you can get your associates in high school. I don't know. I don't know what kind of track she was on, but also word on the Atlanta streets is she was a stripper at Cheetah's. I don't know. She said she was a bartender. I don't know. She could have been a bottle girl. I don't know. But at the time that she allegedly worked at Cheetah's, she would have been too young to deliver alcohol. So I come from the school of, let me just sit over here and get my popcorn ready because I don't know what's going to happen. If she says that, you know, I can see her sitting there with all them damn clothes on that sofa, and people just keep coming and coming and coming. I feel her totally. Like, you ready to go? You've been here since, you know, you've been there since you. First of all, you had to get up early. That damn phone been ringing. You sleeping in the bed with this man. Now you gotta make sure this. Then you gotta get your outfit together because they gonna drag you if you ain't looking right. So you gotta be on point with your outfit. Then you get out here. Car service, you gotta hurry up, try to eat breakfast. Maybe you didn't even want to eat. What they had you didn't want, but all this stuff is going on. Now it's 11 o'clock. You gotta go to be at this pop-up because you gotta be there at a certain time, and then the whole time is just people and things. And then maybe she's not an Adidas girl. She might like Nike. So no, she's not walking around the store shopping, and she don't want to do all that. She tired. She probably had to give him some last night and the same that morning. She tired. Give that girl a break. Give that girl a break.
Just stop.
Give her a break.
Check this out, though.
And I'm only speaking on this level because my oldest son is 26 now. And when he was at SMU, I used to go up to the school and on Sundays, I used to cook dinner, take it up there, go to the dorm. All their friends would come over to the dorm and eat, and we would just break bread. And it was a safe space. They would talk freely. That is how I'm talking about things that I know because, and I can speak on them because they have these conversations around me. My son talks to me about these different things. I've been around to see these different things. I've been around these young ladies. I had a young lady who was interested in my son. She showed up. She started coming around his senior year. This was going to be his big year. She started coming around his senior year. Next thing you know, I found out from another mom on the team that the girl that my son's girlfriend that I had never even met was pregnant, allegedly. Okay, so now I'm finding this out at a football game. The first game she comes to, she got her mama and her daddy there. I ain't never even met the girl.
Wait a minute. Q won't know. He said, wait a minute. What, him to give him some? It's a family.
I'm just telling you I'm just being very now. Didn't nobody tell me I couldn't be frank and keep it real. Yeah, wait a minute. Give him some.
That's my boy Quinn. That just keep talking. But
Curtis said, okay, that's what a wife
Curtis won't know. He say, what do a wife do, really, Emily? What do a wife do? Because he's saying what? Okay, let me
that's what a wife do. Did Travis not call that girl his wife?
But it's not official.
It's not what he called her.
But it's not official. It's not.
Okay,
it's not
that's
official.
because that's the book of you and me talking right there, right? But the book of Travis Hunter said that that's his wife. Curtis, you saying that's what a wife do? That man considers her his wife.
Well, let me just say this right quick for those of y'all still coming on. Hold on, let me.
We don't know.
Hold on. For those of y'all who are still coming on, this is the Blac-Vocracy podcast. We're talking about the Travis Hunter relationship with his fiancee Leanna, and we're trying to make sense of it when you're young and in love. So, Emily, I'm gonna bring you back to the stage real quick, but I need for you to listen when I'm doing this promo, okay?
Say, man, check this out though. Let me tell you what I think she went wrong at. Don't you get on TikTok again, ma'am, trying to answer every question that's been presented to you. That's your number one problem, trying to defend yourself. You don't owe nobody no explanation. She done went out with the first question.
Uh-oh.
And then my second, this is what she was saying, my second question, she addressing all her questions. Again, Emily, since you done been there and done that, take up under your wing, man.
Well, hold on. I got somebody in the chat, man. I sent him I'm glad, boy, because he'd have been on here, but he in the chat now, just joined. This is my kinfolk. This is Swade, man. Swade, this one love the TikTok so much, but he on here tonight. He just straight up said, he done joined there. He just said she gonna hurt him in the end. You know what? I said, longevity. If she don't grow, I'm going back to what Laverne said a second ago.
Excuses, man.
If you're not growing together, you're growing apart. And he just saying she gonna hurt him in the end. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. This is when it's gonna get real tricky mentally now, because Blue, we played that game.
Play ball.
Listen, the way it's seeping through. Listen, the way it's seeping through. If he fall, and I'm not wishing this on a young brother at all, but if he fall, he gonna fall hard, man. I'm telling you, because it's running out, it's seeping all through him. I'm saying, man, have some level of control though. You still young, and it's like Blow just said. You know how many times you gonna fall in and out of love?
Well, this is the question though. Check this out. This is the question, Emily. Check this out. Just think back when you was 19 or 20. This real conversation. Anybody that I'm talking to all of us. Jabril, are you with the person you was with when you was 20? Nope.
No, I'm not.
Emily?
Wait a minute. Somebody got a question for Emily. Curtis just need to know, is Emily, you still married? See, they're going to answer.
Uh-oh. Hello?
Wait,
Hello?
Knock.
Hello?
I ain't going to.
Hello?
I need to stop. Wait a minute, man. I got to go back what Q said. It's a family show.
I'm going to answer the question. I don't owe an explanation, but I will answer the question. So my ex-husband played defense. He was a DB. And there's an attitude that goes along with playing that position. It can be difficult to manage and deal with at home at times, because to play that position, you can't turn that off. That person that's on that,
just because you play just because you play defense don't mean you got to come home and treat your wife no any kind of way and be disrespectful. Linemen do it, quarterbacks do it, coaches do it.
No. A D lineman and somebody playing in the secondary got two different mentalities.
I'm saying they're not gonna come home and be rude and disrespectful to their wives.
Hold on. Those men who play at a high level, depending on draft status, where you're playing, you know, contracts are not guaranteed. You got a lot of things you're responsible for, and that comes with a whole lot. And unfortunately, if you don't navigate the tools and the resources to really be able to deal with that, then you start adding in, you have a wife at home, you have a child, a young child, it can be challenging. Now, one of the things that I dealt with was a really, really short temper. And I exited the marriage because it was getting close to being physically abusive. And I was young. And I said, this is not for me, because I didn't have models of those types of relationships growing up. So to answer your question, Curtis, no, I'm not married.
Okay,
and
well, Emily,
there's a specific reason why I'm not married.
Okay, Emily, dig this though. Say, okay, Emily, you ain't married to the football player. But you still could have found somebody after that.
Have you seen what y'all working with out here?
I can't speak for nobody but mine.
Have you seen what's out here and what's available?
You don't like what's out there?
Have you seen what's out here and available?
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it to me. Say, man, let me tell you something, Emily. It's somebody out there. It's somebody for everybody got somebody. Now, if you choose to be solo, that's fine. I've been with mine for 24. I ain't trading mine in for a bag of nickels.
Right, because it ain't nothing out here.
Even if it is, it's something out there. Trust me. Ask the men. Ask the men. Is there something out there? We all gonna raise our hand. There's a whole lot out there compared to what we had to go through. Man, listen. I love mine for real. Whenever y'all decide to do a topic on love, some real love. Not
well, let me
bag
put you
love.
on pause.
No,
Let me put you on pause again. For those of you all who are just joining us, we've been talking about the Travis Hunter and the Liana situation and stuff. Had a great, conversation going. I want to appreciate y'all. Okay. See, hold on. I got to take it down again. She's not listening. Let me try this again. Again, for those of y'all who are in the comments in the chats, I want to appreciate y'all for hopping on. We're talking about the Travis Hunter and Liana situation, his fiance rather, and a lot of things that was trending in the social media circuit, and we're talking about it, right? Part of this particular channel or podcast, this is Blac-Vocracy podcast. This is the subject topic of Metaphors of Love. Are we listening? I got to get that in because we did this show, Metaphors of Love, Are We Listening, for 2 years. Emily had been on there a few times. Curtis been on there a lot of times, started out with me, and so forth and so on. Even my man Q jumped on a few times. But yeah, we're getting back into that come January. But I thought I'd do a special edition this evening because this thing was trending so much on social media, and I wanted to get this out there. So that's what we're doing this evening. We're talking about it. So we're gonna liven this thing back up because Emily and Blue, I don't know. I mean, they are really making this thing confrontational.
Say, Emily, dig this though.
But let me read this right quick, Blue. Let me read this. Hold on just a second because Laverne. Hold on for a second. I
thought we was talking about other people.
Hold on for a second. Let me read this. Let me read this.
And Curtis, I need you to know I pull up.
Oh, Curtis, you heard Emily say. Emily say she will pull up. But let me read what Laverne said, y'all. She said you have to understand what you are signing up for when you're dating an athlete. These are things that go with that lifestyle.
Yes.
If you can't handle it, then you should find someone else. It's every athlete's dream is to make it to the pros.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's what you sign up for.
Yes.
You don't sign up looking. I mean, the man got a job to do. He gonna be signing.
But see, y'all think she didn't know this? She lives in Atlanta.
What that mean?
I mean, hold on.
Have you lived in Atlanta? Have you lived in Atlanta?
No, but listen, Emily.
I have.
If we knew, we can't tell. If we knew, she not displaying it.
What is she not displaying?
How to handle what she going through?
What is she not doing right? I'm just curious.
Okay, do you agree with her when she was at the game and said something about some cheerleading? She tried to straighten all that up. See, let me tell you something. First of all, Emily, since you said she should have known, she shouldn't even be on social media. Look how many athletes out there and their wives not on social media, Miss Emily. Look how many athletes. Okay, no disrespect. I don't know if your son married or he got a girlfriend. Is she on social media with all their business? Something to think about.
Yeah, the kids do that. That's what the kids do.
But he's not a kid anymore. Now that's what.
Thank you.
That's why I said earlier. He's 20. No, Emily. Hold on, Emily. Hold on.
I'm saying kids meaning 24 and under. Now Dion is probably very strict on and very hard on Shador and Shiloh to where they know better. Because they probably got a lot going on anyway, so they can't be on social media.
One thing, let me say this in all seriousness. One thing that young men need, especially today, is guidance, counseling, structure. And this is what Deion Sanders have been able to provide. Now, he himself have said on many occasions that he looks at Deion like a second father to him. Obviously, his first father was going through his own battles with whatever that is. I've kind of gotten some mixed reviews regarding. I'm thinking he was incarcerated was the reason why he wasn't able to show up, but they saying that wasn't the case. That's neither here or there. Yeah, they said
he's in like a halfway house and he can't leave the state wherever he's at.
Yeah, well, they were saying, and they could have had. That's why I say I didn't want to step into that jurisdiction because I don't know. This is what the newspaper was reporting.
They could have had him on video. You said?
According to one source.
They could.
But what I'm saying is this: Travis Hunter has come a long way. He talks about his genesis or his beginnings and where he's at today. And one phone call from Shadur allowed him to go ahead and take that scholarship to go to Jackson, and then the rest is history. But he's 21 now, and as I said a second ago, he's going to be playing with some of the greats, and he's going to have to maturate real quick because those are grown men. Now, I like fundamentally. Hold on for a second, because fundamentally he's going to have to reinvent himself. Because you know as well as I do, see, every level is different from high school. First of all, from junior high school to college to the pros. Every level is different, and you're gonna have to make those necessary adjustments. It is just what it is. Now, to his credit, that's a great reason probably behind why he's getting his foundation together. He understands, man, I just want to play my games, come home to my wife, eat me a dinner, study film, and I'm back at work. I think that's a great, tremendous setup for a young individual to be able to see that. Because how many times have we heard about the stories like a Pac-Man going to the club and making it rain? And he talks about, Adam Pac-Man talk about all the money that he just wasted in the strip clubs. You know what I mean? So I think that Travis do have his head on right regarding that. And I'm rooting for the young man. God knows I am. I'm rooting for him. He has a great foundation.
He has, be all right.
He has structure. But we're just talking about, I think, Emily, if you're honest with yourself, because you alluded to it a second ago, Emily, you said, Emily, that there are some question marks in her background. There are some question marks. And I heard that story before you even just stated it, because I'm looking at her. She got tattoo sleeves on her arm. I'm just looking. And I'm saying, hold on, Blue. And I'm saying to my asking the question, they was talking about her working in a strip club, doing some other things, you know. I didn't hold on to that rope long because I don't know. That could be someone trolling. But since you brought it up, it's something, you know, to think about. And I do think that raises a flag with you. And if it was your son dating someone like that, I think you would have checked her already. Am I lying, Emily?
If my son were dating her and she had all those tattoos, number one, when it comes to these NFL or even college football high-level sanctioned events, I can see why they didn't have his dad on and have him remote in. I can understand it. It's all imaging. That's the first thing. Second thing is I would have prompted the young lady to wear something with sleeves on. Now, they had a dinner or something the night before, and all the girlfriends were together, and she had all of this covered up, all the way. She had on a black gown, and she had sleeves in that gown, and that would have been better for her to wear the night of the ceremony. But she wore something covering up all these tattoos the night before. So as a mother, if that's who my son is dating, again, the girl is doing things I can't do. So only thing I can do is say, hey, young lady.
That's what I wanted to hear right there. That's what I wanted to hear right there. Blue, she just said it.
No, the only thing I can say.
Let me say this.
I can say is, there's going to be a lot of camera time.
Let me say this.
You might want to think about wearing something with a little more coverage. You know, what you want is cool. What do you think about this? She already wore something with sleeves already. So she probably would not have been opposed to it. But whatever little silver gown or whatever that was, it was probably some designer's thing or whatever she wanted to wear. And that's what she wanted to wear. And he was okay with that. Me personally, he wouldn't have been in that baby blue. We would have been doing something different.
Okay, let me say this.
But that's what he chose. That's what she chose. And they probably got paid to wear them outfits. Who knows? But, you know, she's probably seen enough draft days where the mama's done drugged the girl for jumping up and stuff like that. She could probably had a little bit of that in her. I saw a little bit of that in her when she didn't move, because it's like, okay, well, what I'm supposed to do here? Because I'm telling you, we have a whole college football moms community, and we drag them girls. We've drugged them for years in the group. these chicks that jump up before the mama. I'm telling you, it don't matter where the girl's sitting. She could be sitting next to him, and then the dad could be sitting on one side, and the mama over there somewhere in the kitchen cooking. But like they still show that picture of Russell Wilson's girlfriend with her mouth looking all crazy because he got drafted and he got his phone call. You know, then you got the one black mom, where her son was going. Her son was going somewhere, and the girlfriend jumped up, tried to be hanging all on him, and she had to pull him off of her. So I understand her not making a move till she saw what everybody else was doing. I understand that.
Well, let Blue jump in here for a second because he want to respond to it.
Yeah, it's real, baby. Dig this though. Say, Emily, no disrespect to it. It's what it is. But let me tell you this though. Whether she rode horses or fixed on cars, since y'all talking about she was up in a strip club, who business is it? Who don't have a problem with it? We good? Okay, now let me tell you this too though. We got to understand this too, man. They just kids. They just happen to be kids, and everybody is in their business. We in their business, y'all. Y'all know that, don't you?
I'm gonna put this back up here by Sway because he said Dion got him on that end, but that woman's gonna have that boy out of his mind. That's a little, but again, but you know what though? Because I have to concur with that. But again, like you just said, Blue, at the end of the day, it's gonna be his business, because how many times have somebody probably tried to tell us that that's not the one, or she's not? And,
man, we heard that.
Listen.
And to your point, my grandmother told me that my ex-husband was not the one. She was watering her butter beans in her garden in Compton, California, and I was in the house. The man was nowhere around. She called me to come outside. I was in the house chilling,
and you didn't listen.
Called me outside.
You didn't listen. That was probably Big Mama. See, we ain't got too many Big Mamas.
She out there with a one hand on her hip and the water hose in the other hand. She had one hand on her hip and the water hose in the other hand, and she just was shaking her head. And she said, "He's not the one." I said, "Who, Grandma? Who, where, what are we talking about?" And she said his name. And I said, "Huh? Where are you, Grandma? Where this guy?" She was like, "He's not the one." And
you
I was
say
like,
real. He say it's, in other words, it's easy to touch the girl with the slow hand.
Yeah.
But that woman was all up in the heavenlies of heavenlies and came down with a word. And I still married that man and went through hell. I got my son.
Well, listen to what Blow just said. Because Curtis just said you can't pick someone for your kids. You just saying my kids pick people I don't like.
Yeah,
well,
he said his kids pick people that he don't like. That's how that goes.
I know, but Emily, don't forget you said the parent club, whatever. We just drugged them little young girls. Whenever they thought they were, why y'all? What you drag them for?
I ain't shame. We ain't shame.
Well, Emily, okay, but let's go. Instead of dragging them, take them up under that wing, man, and make women out of them.
No. So this the thing. That's our safe space. No. Like men have barbershops and cigar lounges. Women got beauty shops. We have beauty shops, and we have but sports moms. We have a college football moms group.
That's fine.
Okay. We talk about not getting playing time. We talk about girlfriends doing too much. We talk about injuries. We talk about grades. We talk about school. But on draft day, we watching for the behavior.
What I want to know, you see the question. You see the question going, but you see the question going across the screen. I'm asking the question: Travis Hunter or Travis Hunted, and I put it like that specifically, simply because
he's being hunted.
He's gonna be hunted.
Yeah,
Travis Hunter or Hunted, he's gonna be hunted, and we don't know what year. We don't know what year 5 is gonna look like. But hold on for a second. We have no idea clue what year 5 is gonna look like. And again, I don't know if y'all recall. You all remember when Dwight Howard was in high school, because he comes straight out of high school. Dwight Howard, and he was a devout Christian. And I remember distinctly hearing him say that when he get to the NBA, he want to use that as a platform to help save souls, right? Now Dwight Howard became the biggest freakazoid it was. He first had the baby with the Orlando cheerleader who was on basketball. Why, Emily, you know what I'm talking about, perhaps. But and so now, and to the point to where he was talking just a few months ago about why y'all worried about who I'm sleeping with. Well, your business get out there about this other guy. You see what I'm saying? But you're projecting one thing and you're doing something else. So I'm not saying we're gonna tie Travis Hunter into any of that. I'm just simply saying in year 5, or year 10 may not look like it was in year 1. That's all I'm saying. And I agree with Sway when he says that if he do not learn some self-restraint, if he do not control his emotions, if he do not at least try to prioritize and leave some of those things within his household and be a little bit more conservative. And I believe he'll get to that. But he's gonna have to really rein some of that stuff in, because I'm gonna tell you, don't get out of character with social media, because that's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. You're not gonna win that battle. Keep doing what you're doing, young man. They got you to the dance. They got you to the Heisman Trophy, dance. Keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna be one of the top, 3 players off the board. And don't worry about that, but just try to, intellectually develop her mind, cultivate her mind as y'all grow together. Because again, you can start off being a garden tool, but later on, somebody can come along, clean you up, and now you're a fork or you're a spoon at the dining table. I don't know. No, but we're gonna hope for him. We're gonna hope for the best, Emily. Listen, I know you want to be a sister, Emily, but we're gonna hope for the best, Emily. We're gonna hope for the. Let me get over here to the chat, man, because I got some chats going on. I can't forget about my chat room, man. They chatting over here, y'all. They chatting over here. Let me go back to Sway.
You know what's so interesting?
Hold on, I want you to hold that thought. Don't lose your thought now. Don't lose your thoughts. Stay with me.
Right.
Stay with me. I'm gonna need you to hear. I want you to pull your hair back over your ears a little bit so you can hear when I'm getting ready to segue.
Put in time out.
Yeah, I'm gonna put in time out. I need to get over here in the chat, because we're gonna go through these chats right quick. We're gonna see what Sway talking about first. Sway say, "What we all men have been 21 before. All these moms said it doesn't matter once them doors close. He's in love with her, and I'm not sure if she's in love with him."
What I've been saying.
Well, we all been saying that for the most part, but he's saying at the end, he's not sure if she's in love with him. But she said, you know what? I can't, if she comes out and say that she tremendously loves this guy and she loves him, only time is going to tell. See, time is undefeated too. See, you can say, I always say a pair of lips will say anything, but time is undefeated. And we're going to see, because again, the only thing is constant in the universe is what? Change. So we're going to see. Let me get over to my boy Q right quick. Q say, he is the prey now. Right, because we just said he is the hunted.
He's being hunted.
Even Laverne, we got a unanimous decision. She say, hey, them girls coming for him. And they bold. Emily, you know they bold. The things these young girls do today is, man, I didn't grow up with women just drop it like it's hot. They'll get out the car, brother, and start twerking. I seen them twerk at a stop sign, jumped out the car and lost their mind. I say, man, what in the world is going on here? So you think they're going to worry about a Leanna when they really not feeling her anyway?
Check this out, though. Let me ask you this question, Miss Emily. Now, you ain't married, so more than likely you might be single. What if Travis became single and he wanted to, slide in your DM?
And he want to mingle.
Yeah, you going to make him wait
he
4 or 5 months?
Oh, you ain't no cougar. You ain't no cougar.
You what?
It depends on the situation. Anyway,
but y'all platform, y'all hear Emily? Y'all hear Emily? Depending on what the situation.
No, you wanted me to remember my thought. What I find so amazingly interesting. I got my Donald Trump things out here. What I find so interesting is that we're the only community that has these conversations.
No, we ain't. They have. No, everybody else have.
We do it make us. That's what makes us unique.
Hold on a minute. I don't recall, and I watch a lot of podcasts I don't recall seeing one white podcast where a young lady who the white guy was dating had a past, or she behaved a certain way, and it got caught on camera, and it just got drugged like this, and then we're speculating on who you know, we do so much speculating in our community that it's sad to me that we can paint such a picture. It don't matter what the topic is. We know how the scenario went, who said what, and we're gonna do all the research and try to make 2 and 2 equal 4, but it might equal 5. But that 5 is questionable, so it really might be 4.2. Like, we go through so much mental math on other people's things in our community, and it's just not fair. It's really just not fair. I feel for him. I think at some point she's gonna get tired of all of this, because all of this is coming from people with Twitter fingers, people behind keyboards, people with articles. One thing 2020 did was it gave a voice to the voiceless, and all of the voices that are being heard are just not good voices, and it's so toxic out here, especially in our community. You know how many toxic podcasts there are on Black relationships. You know, instead of, you know, at no point in time has anybody said that they're happy that he's not out here being a hoe. He can't even just be with one person. Now the girl got to be a hoe, and she got to have all these different things going on, and then she got to be a certain way. Would you want it? Would it be better for him to just be out here dating multiple women and to be tied to this and that celebrity? Taylor Swift done been ran through, and she don't even get talked about the way a Black woman would, or the way a Black celebrity would, or the way this young lady is with Travis. Like, ain't nobody talking about the fact that Taylor done been ran through. Ain't nobody even talking that. And then nobody's even talking about Serena anymore, because now Serena with a white man, but she done had a few people that she done dated, but now she's with the white guy. Don't nobody talk about her dating past. I just want to know, when do we at some point say, or even be positive about the fact that maybe, just maybe, Travis is gonna be okay. Maybe he's gonna be okay. Maybe he's more solid and grounded than we think he is. Maybe he, you know, and if anything breaks those two apart, now whether or not she's in love with him, I don't know. I think she loves him because she probably loves his personality. They done been around each other for a little while. She done gave her some experiences, taken her some places, bought her some things, and kind of pulled her into this world. Because, you know, being with Dion, you know, she's probably always around. She's probably always at the house. And now she loves the comforts of what she has now. But is she in love with him? I don't know. We don't know. I hope she is. Maybe she's not. Maybe she just loves him. Maybe she's not in love with him cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He loves that girl for whatever the reason. He loved that girl. Kobe loved Vanessa for whatever the reason. They love these girls, but when they're at that age and they make their mind up, because see, what's going to happen is Travis is going to get so mad, he going to hurry up and marry her before the draft and try to get her pregnant. Now, that may be the deal breaker for her, where she's like, I wasn't ready to have no kids right now. I'm not trying to do this and be stressed out trying to carry a baby. And to, you know, so we kind of just got to be happy that the boy won the Heisman. Ain't nobody been able to do that since Charles Woodson, playing 2 ways on the ball. He won the Heisman. His mama got him out of Florida, moved him to Georgia to be in a safer area, and that's where he was. Now, Travis has always been a dog on the field. I don't know if you've seen his 7-on-7 film, but he was basically in position. His mama got him in position. He was going to Cam Newton's 7-on-7 stuff, and he was out there and he talked trash the entire time. So much so that Deion probably saw his younger self in Travis, which is why he pulled him in. Said, "Nah, you can go to Florida State, but I want you with me." And he made that choice and decided to go to Jackson State. No running water, no hot water, no meals, no nice accommodations, all that. He went because of what he needed at the time. And however Deion got his mom to trust him. Trust me, I'm going to take care of your boy. And Deion kept his word. Now, one thing Deion will not do is when it comes to a mom, a mother with a young black man, he's serious about mamas. And he's real tight with that mama. She's real comfortable with him, and she trusts him. So if his mama trusts Deion, we just got to trust the situation. Deion hasn't had him in no bad situation. And I put out a post. I put out a post not too long ago where Deion was making his bid that if Travis don't win the Heisman, he can have mine. That thing ain't doing nothing but sitting up at the house collecting dust. He can have my such and such award. You know, he can have my stuff. I don't even care. You know, if y'all don't see, I want my man to ride for me like Deion ride for Travis. And if he ain't on that type of energy, then I'm going to just go on ahead and be single because that man rides for Travis Hunter.
Well, let me do this because we're coming up on the last question of the hour for the show this evening. And we've had a wonderful conversation regarding this. I want to go back to where Laverne, she asked the question, do we know that he's not? And she questioned, do we have a side chick or how to play her role? Now, and I guess I'm only assuming, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Laverne, but you know, these side chicks, you know, playing their role. They don't care about him being married or unmarried or engaged or any of that. That could be a possibility. It could be a possible thing where, I mean, and you could talk about all the possibilities of a thing. Things can happen, and we get that part of it. It's going to come down to him learning self-restraint, her learning self-restraint. But I think if you're going to move forward, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do, and I'm all for it if that's what makes you happy. But I do think there needs to be some type of maturation that she's got to have, and he has to have it as well, in order for them to get to where they want to be in life. Because I think we all know, again, the only thing that's constant in the universe is what? Change. And you're not what you are, you know, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, what you are today. We know that. And it's a long road ahead when you're talking about having a boatload of money and being able to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, and then the contractual obligations that he's going to have. So it starts now. And I think if she look at this the right way, because there's always a silver lining in everything if we choose to look at it correctly. If she look at this situation right now, these things are just testimonies, because what don't kill you will make you stronger. And she should see this as testimonies, because it's going to build her. She's going to become battle tested, and to the point that hopefully this thing would just like roll off her back. Because if she's drinking herself to sleep and falling asleep and doing these things now, I can only imagine, because this thing is just getting started. He haven't even been drafted yet. So again, Liana, if you're listening, if you catch this on social media for whatever reason, I'm saying hang in there, grow with him, grow together, not apart. You know, open up your mind. Quit having this local thinking, become a global thinker, have a universal approach to things, because again, you were one of the most well-known celebrities now that's coming up, and it's going to be what it's going to be, because he loves playing the game of football. And you can best believe if you try to come between that, you're going to find yourself in a divorce line. So listen, guys, let me recap something right quick. I want y'all to know that this is the Blac-Vocracy channel right here. I have two channels that I have. This is Blac-Vocracy. If you hadn't already subscribed, please subscribe. Help your boy out. Subscribe, like, and share. It's free to do that. I also have the Replay Sports Show where I upload on there as well. So I got two different channels, two separate channels. So please like, subscribe, and then let people know I'm going to be doing a little bit more of this right here on Blac-Vocracy, talking about metaphors of love. While we listening, while we go in, we play the classic songs, we break these metaphors down, talking about the relationship, specifically trying to help the African American community want to get back into that. I was DM'd quite a few times, just asking if I was going to ever do that again, and I said, yeah, I think it's time. And I guess we've been off 2 years now. We did 2 years straight, so we've been off of it for almost 2 years. But that's going to conclude the show. But I want to give a big shout out, man, to those that came on, stayed with me, that, you know, all the chatters in there commenting with your comments. I appreciate y'all so much. Emily, I thank you for coming on, you know, sharing your view, your professional views, and being that football mom and doing your thing. I'm gonna have you back on. You know that Sherry, she got stuck in traffic, and she did text me and said she was gonna be listening, wasn't able to make it, but she been my ride and die since I've been starting this stuff too. So big shout out to Sherry, and I want to thank my man True Blue who came on too. I'll have him back on too because he's trying to get into this podcast space, and I'm always willing to help if I can. So he had to run. He texted me and told me he had to run and stuff, but I want to give Blue a shout out too. So thank y'all for coming on. Quentin, Curtis, Laverne, my cousin Swade. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I can't see everything that's coming on. It's a lot of chats here and a lot of names, but I want to thank all y'all for coming on this evening with us live. And today is Monday, so maybe Wednesday we'll get back between Wednesday, Thursday, or maybe Friday, because we still have NFL games to be played. I know we still mathematically we're not out of the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers, but I know who is out of it. That would be those Las Vegas Raiders. So Emily, good luck next year. I don't know if they're gonna bring back Antonio Pierce, or maybe they may try to look down the road to get Deion, since y'all might draft
Shador. We about to get Shador.
Well, if y'all get Shador, Deion may take the job. Deion just might take the job. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I don't see him in Colorado past 5 years. I really don't. He's built something there. He's gonna turn it over to his coach.
I don't see him leaving Colorado within the next year or so. I know he's going to be very Archie Manning-ish about where his boys go and who they play for. So we'll see.
That's right. We'll see. But don't forget, y'all, to like, share, subscribe, notify on this channel, Blac-Vocracy, as well as the Replay Sports Show. And we'll be back again. We'll do this again. I'm going to do a lot more teasers you're going to see that I'll be posting. But also, we're going to start doing the show again in January. So until then, y'all enjoy yourself. Enjoy your holiday breaks and all this great stuff. And
Curtis, I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you, Curtis. I'm coming for you, Curtis.
Oh, Curtis, she say she coming for you, bro. She coming for you, man. All right, peace out, y'all. And y'all enjoy your night. Sleep well.